cooking. Pretty good on the volume there. Greetings and salutations, fellow Landsradians, to High Council, and to all of those beyond. Oh my goodness, welcome to another installment video. Good time hanging out on Evony TKR. It's the R5 Life with Leto. I am Leto the Second, R5 Muad'Dib of the Landsrad on server 1834 in Evony, the King's Return. Turn. My friends, once again, super excited. Champing at the bit, if you will. I have got something special planned, if you will. It could be that this video, first video, during the first day of this event, on the eve or the day of the 11th hour of the next server war, it could very well be for a select group of players. I like to think that it's not, although niche and or just a possibility to a certain degree for some players rather than others. It's still going to be entertaining, fun, enlightening, informative, and perhaps, you know, set you on a good path as far as your Evony journey goes. Everybody drink. What are you talking about, Leto? Well, what I'm talking about is a purchase plan, essentially. One of the things that I like to do with this game is, even when I am not able to spend any chedskis on this game and the goodies therein, I like to window shop, you know, just walk by all the events, see what they have to offer, and you know, if I were to get that, and I would do, and then kind of build and form a sort of strategy when it comes to spending money on this game when you have an opportunity to, whether it's $5, you know, $20, $50, or $100 over the course of these 11 days in this event, or if it is at the maximum level. The maximum goes very high, but maximum level being the King's Party all the way to the 10th level of that cake. I have thought about this a number of times, and I even did a rough draft video a long time ago and shared it with very few people just to see what they thought. Running by these purchase plans, ideas, strategies to benefit from what this game has to offer as far as its return on your investment. We're going to be using that term, and we're going to shorten it to ROI. So when you hear ROI, that means return on investment. And just to be clear, what that means is when you invest your whatever currencies you use in this game, you want to get something back, because everything in this game advertises 80,000, 90,000, 107,000% return. These are returns on your investments as far as when you spend the chedskis, dollar bills, y'all, you're going to get a bunch of goodies back. And there are many different ways in which to benefit and or stretch your dollar. Okay, if you have only a certain amount or have budgeted yourself a certain amount, I want you to perhaps have a few strategies up your sleeve to, I'm going to make this 20 bucks really go far. Okay, because there's a way to do that to a degree, and of course you can get more as you spend more. All right, and that's what I like to think about, strategize about, and I want to share that with you because it's exciting, and we've got something planned really special over this event. Why do I have this screen? Real quick before we do some shout outs, check out this timer, 20 seconds. Have you ever seen this limited time promotion? Perhaps you've seen it pop up when you make a purchase, but this is one of those things, the unique things about the timing of when you spend. Every 4 hours, look at these items. There is a reset. A refresh. What? It's the same. See how that clicked over to 4 hours? Well, oh, boom skis. There was a reason, a deliberate reason why I started this video recording at this particular moment, at this time, being 10 a.m. Central US time, and 8 hours into this new server day. It resets every day for me at 2 a.m. Central US time. And there are 4 hour chunks that we are used to seeing cycle through. All right. And we see that cycle through in the tavern as far as recruiting goes, and the black market. All right. There's an hour difference as far as they're staggered now. And that's fine with me. It's pretty cool. But I usually go off the time in the tavern to see, oh, it's been another 4 hours. It's time to do my alliance science, because you can do that every 4 hours if you don't want to spend the extra gem skis, all right, to manually refresh something. Okay, you can do that to earn alliance points and honor, and I think you know that, and that goes towards, shopping in the alliance shop. We're not going to get into that, but I wanted to show us, give us a taste of where we're going with this by seeing this limited time promotion. Limited time promotion. I'm assuming that limited time means a limited time during the day, because I don't see this going anywhere. But this is a very, very valuable thing to know about, because the the minimum amount of $5 spent, which equals 1,000 gems, is going to get you a chunk of goodies back. Not all goodies are built the same. The first hour of every 4 hour cycle, you will see in this limited time promotion these particular items: material bag, silk road, refining stones, yada, yada, yada. You can scroll through there. When you spend 5 bone skis, the betting coins are coming right now, because we are, going to be able to use that in the betting shop later because of challenge and everything going on. Those are going to come later. That store is not open yet, but if you add more to your stash, you're going to be able to get a little bit. Um, the first hour is going to give you a very different set of items. Okay, I like to wait for that first hour for every 4 hour cycle, because these items are much more valuable to me than what other items? Things as far as some gold, resources, and speed ups. Now, these are a whole bunch skis, okay? That's a bunch there. And if you notice this amount here, 100 of those refining stones, that's different than what you see here. It's only 150, and there aren't any level 4 dragon scales on that. That's because this is the highest tier of this limited time promotion. Every day you can spend up to $400, okay, to maximize this limited time package. This first bar here, $5, 1,000 gems, going to get you a little bit of these goods. Excuse me. Boom! You go to 24,000, which is essentially $90. I'm not going to break down the math of how much it actually is, because 1,000 for 5 and then 2,500 for 10, you get an extra 500 on top of 10 rather than just the 2,000. Okay, 24,000, a 99.99 package, or the $100, or the highest package, whatever currency you spend, is 25,000 gems. So you spend 5, you get that first thing. You spend another, 90 on top of that, or whatever, 85 technically, but 100 total, you get this: more betting coins. Ooh, now we see dragon scales, more refining stones, but it's still without the resources and without the golden speed ups. Then, if you were inclined to, or were able to, spend shubloips, a total of 400, or 199 for $100 packages, you will max out this limited time promotion, and you will get all of the goodies therein. Yes, you will get this and a whole bunch, and I'm pretty certain, boom, since you click this, all of this stuff comes to you. You only get one of these kinds of packages for the first two, but if you do throw down the 4 Benjis, as we call them in America, Benjamins, as the young people say, you will, I believe, I can't quite remember, but I swears one time when I did do this, I saw all of the stuff come. Holy cow, 900, 2000 Monarch XP. Hey, you know me. What in the Landsrad do is the Landsradians do. 900 times 2K equals 1.8 million in Monarch XP. Now, these things are not affected by coupons whatsoever. These are a result of you buying other packages and perhaps using your coupons on them. But, like I said, the first hour of these 4-hour cycles has these types of items, which I like more. Okay? Skill books, dragon scales, refining stones, material bags, so on and so forth. If you're hurting for a certain of resources, a whole bunch of them, and speed ups, wait until the last 3 hours. But I believe that this one is more lucrative, and I want to share that with you, make it you aware to it, make anybody who was not aware to it, to perhaps approach their spending, however much it is, if it's their first time even, and get what you want back, because you're going to get something. Is it what you want? If you spend outside of that, you're going to get a different package, and you might be patient enough to wait until the next cycle, like I would, or it doesn't matter to you and you just go for it. I support you. You do you. That's what I want. I just want you to be happy. All right? That was a long spiel about this one particular thing, but it is, for some, especially for a few of my alliance kinfolk, it was something that they were not aware of yet. And I was glad to share it with them because now they have an option or a choice to make on what they get back. I think that's pretty cool. And these are the things that I want to share with y'all when it comes to these events overall. Okay. And the timing, the day, all of those things factoring into what events are during the first 7 days, what starts on the 8th, stuff changes. And like I said, you might not be aware of it. I want you to, because I have been down that road as far as just, I've got some cash and just throw it out there, but then I don't realize that I missed out on a bunch of stuff on other days, and I could have waited a little bit more and gotten so much more back. Okay? Holy cow. A good 10 minutes or so just diving into this. I think that's cool. A little taste of it. Some shout outs real quick, more officially, but I'll do them again. I want to look at this. I got an agenda because I'm nerdy like that. I want to say shout out again to Ludacris and all my good friends, Mr. Harry Nutsack, the sack of hairiness. Persuasion. Patricio Fernandez, thank you for the new subscription to Evony TKR. It's the R5 Life with Leto. All right. And Jason Allen P7W. All right. Super awesome for you to chime in. Put those comments on the videos and support and be a part of this community with me. I am grateful to be a part of the community with you, and I hope this is enjoyable. At least, if we are completely free to play players, that's awesome. It's still kind of cool to see these things. I like it when I can't spend. I think it's awesome. It's fun to strategize, and you know what? It kind of helps me not use a bunch of stuff in my inventory because I'm doing other stuff betwixt, the rallies and stuff like that, instead of just kind of twiddling my thumbs, like, well, what can I do now? Let's dump a bunch of gems into refining and use all these things and be like, man, now I don't have anything left. I like to dive into all the other action going on. Oh man, I talked about an update that updated the tavern and added some more generals, and I need 7 more of the Douglases to be able to awaken him and check off a fame quest as far as awakening Douglas. Earlier this morning, I couldn't wait because I had recruited Palace enough, all right, and once I awakened her to get the fame quest as far as ascending Palace to the awakened level. And I don't use her, although she is part of a covenant for other generals. What I'll do is dismiss her and get 70% back of the blood areas. I don't recommend doing that all the time, but when it's for the sake of just a fame quest, you don't need the general, but you have you have what you need to awaken them later if you want to put them in your senate or something. You can get some of those blood of Ares back. Be careful. All right, not going to go into my whole strategery when it comes to that. I want to stick with this purchase plan, projecting and preparing us for what is going to happen later this week. All right, this is all a preface, okay, to something huge. All right, I have shared many times throughout many videos my deep, deep desire and dream to acquire a particular general skin, one that would benefit myself and my, moreover, really, my alliance, our alliance altogether, because it will make me, it will it will make me more capable and oh, what's a good word? And yeah, it's going to make me more powerful and capable of slaying bigger and bigger monsters. I am progressing what I believe is a good, healthy rate as far as what I am able to slay, and that's bringing in rarities every day for our alliance. And I want to get to that point where I can get rid of those ding dang level 5 epic Cerberus and knights because they're everywhere. All right. And it's going to be great to be able to tackle those regularly without using a ton of buffs and without getting a whole bunch skis of wounded and such. Yay! There we go. Cool. Yes, yes. Here we are again. You know me in this ding dang event. I knew it was coming. Oh man, I missed that. Oh man, I missed that one too. I got to. I'm committed. I've already maxed out, the equipment, and I want to finish top. Be nice to finish top 10 again this time, but top 20 I'm happy with because Covenant Stones, baby. You want the Covenant Stones? That was a good one. I like to get 4,000, but hey, that's good enough for me. Okay, so let's go to the agenda, which essentially I have titled "Purchase Plan for Running of the Bulls Event." Seize the skin if it's there. I had a feeling that this event was going to be a good event. I had a feeling that we were going to get this particular event, the Alliance Carnival. We see it about once every 3 to 4 months, okay? Most of the time, when we have a significant, huge, massive event, like we did with the Triumphal Celebration 2026 edition, okay. After that, we went into oh, goodness gracious, Mother's Day was previously. We went into another event that was, oh, it was I think it was not the Alliance Carnival, but it was the Festival Revelry or something. I forget. I was like, oh, I'm going to remember what that was, and I totally forget. And then after that, we had a glorious attire sort of event, which had the skin for Irene d'Arnaud. All right. And usually after that one, we'll have an event like the Independence Day celebration, which has something unique in it. We were introduced to Lafayette, the new ground general. And then after that, we get the Alliance Carnival, thus being about every 3 to 4 months. This event is the only event so far, as things change and update, wherein you can acquire this fabled Caesar skin titled Emperor. Okay? It is my greatest dream, my greatest desire, and we are within reach. We have an opportunity to acquire this together. I want you to be with me because of an anonymous investor in our community, in our channel, and into our Evony lives. All right, I've touched on that before. Perhaps you have heard me say it, or you haven't. This is the event where we are going to land this bad boy, and it's going to be an experience that perhaps some of us have never seen or will never be able to see again, or it's going to be a once in a lifetime, perhaps, Ebony lifetime experience for some of us. And I want to share it with you, okay? With you, because this is going to require us to throw down a significant amount of Chedichetskis. All right. And we're going to reap all the awards along the way based on my approach, what has helped me, what has helped stretch my dollar, which is maximize the return on my investment to not only get this, but get as much from this event free as we can. That's why I'm doing this. That's what this preface is for. However, we're not going to jump into the actual spending until later on in this event. And I will tell you why. I want you to know about these things because the opportunity might pass you by as far as getting extremely rare and expensive items, subsidies, general skins, castle decorations, civilization equipment, so on and so forth. If you spend at the right time, spend the right way, in my humble opinion, as far as what I believe is most effective. Okay? What do you think? I'm excited. I want you to be here. I want to encourage us all to enjoy this experience and not poo-poo or besmirch the player or, any player who does or does not spend money in this game. I believe that it's healthiest for all of us, me especially. I'll just talk on from my perspective only, but I share it with y'all, is that we just support each other in how we like to have fun, receive satisfaction and pleasure from an experience. Okay? For some, it's cars. For some, it's their home. For some, it's a sound system. Whatever. All right? For me, in some avenues, it's this game. And for a lot of other people, it is too. I'm not going to spend any time digging into and or thinking what somebody does when I see or know that they have spent a significant amount of money. That's just a waste of my energy. And where am I as far as my mind and my heart goes if I'm upset or bitter or say anything negative about what someone does or does not invest? Okay? I want to encourage us all to enjoy this game, how we enjoy it, and experience it with each other so that it's a healthier community, irregardless, not a word by the way, of spending or not spending. Makes sense? An example. I used to be somewhat of an accomplished bowler. Yes, bowling. Can you believe it? I bowled for a long time with my family, and I was pretty darn good. Even had professional status for a couple of years. You got to average 210 and above, for a couple of seasons in your league play, and you got to do in some tournaments, and you got to buy, a professional card. But if I think about my experience bowling for many, many years of my life, all of the money that was spent and invested in me from other people at times on that game. League play, tournaments, bowling ball equipment, bags, shoes, all kinds of stuff. Man, oh man, I don't think I'd ever spend as much as I ever have when it comes to bowling. All right. And we can think of this game as something like that as well. It costs money to participate sometimes. Thankfully, with this game, there is a huge free-to-play element that we are benefiting from more and more with constant updates, such as the Tavern update, which I have talked about before, wherein we have access now to generals that we never did before. Douglas being one of them, all right? He is now recruitable. I'm not going to go into that, but only available if you're really lucky in the Epic Historic Premium tickets, please, and glory tokens. Now they're no longer there. He's just in here, just like Palace and Mihai. All right, it's super cool. Those free-to-play elements are getting better, and they will happen if you just enjoy it and don't get hung up too much on spending things. I'm going to do that. We're going to do that together. And I love you and you love me. And we love this community. And let's just be supportive and enjoy it along the way. And I want to share my approach. I've said that a number of times. What a cool event we have here. There's not much more other than this running of the bulls, which technically happened during this time. usually, but it no longer does happen because it's inhumane. So they have canceled it, I believe. But alas, here is the name. Last time we saw this, a year ago now, Gonzalo was the general that you could acquire. There was a castle decoration that you could get. Colomare, I think. Let's see here. All right. If we go here and we go to decoration and we go to castles, okay, you click that scroll up here, you scroll down here a ways because it's one of the newer ones. We had a March effect that came with it. Here we go. The Passionate Spain. It had the Bravo Bull that you could acquire. And you had a choice of, actually, there was just one here, the Colomares Bullfight Castle decoration. All right. And a classic chat bubble, something like that. That was available to acquire in this running of a Bulls event a year ago. It's a little different now as far as the timing goes. There is no castle decoration. We're going to go into that as far as the King's Party goes because everyone is unique, and sometimes that might dictate and or determine whether or not it is the time. Oh, where'd my mouse cursor go? To climb the cake, if you will. All right, we didn't get too sidetracked on there, did we? All right, I want to encourage you to settle in. This is going to be a long one. Chapters will come, but um, um, there's a lot we're going to go into because if you're like me, you want every penny you spend on this game to get you the most back, and you want to get what you want back because not all packages are the same or built the same. They might have something we want, but oh, it didn't have everything we wanted. I want to go down that road. Okay, transition. Was there anything else that I wanted to kind of touch on there? I threw a lot at you. The limited time promotion was a super important thing to recognize to see how the timing on a particular day works. Okay, and let's go into our next dealio. All right, this is with the intent to complete the King's Party and ascend to cake level 10. All right, there's my agenda. The notes are probably terrible. Maybe you're, thinking I'm a silly Billy or a silly goose or something, but these help me. They're going to help me really emphasize what it is I wanted to so we get the best out of it. However, there are many budget steps along the way for any sort of spending. See, that's the thing. We are doing this with the intent of ascending the cake all the way. However, along the way, whatever your budget is, whether it's 5, 10, 20, 100, a couple of $100, there are ways to stretch that and really make that few bucks seem like a whole bunch of bucks. Okay? So be encouraged. This is for everybody, depending on where you stop on your purchase plan journey. Everybody drink. Hope my sound's coming through okay. I did some adjustments, but my voice seemed to be pretty good. All right. When will you spend your money? That is a question that you need to ask yourself. You're champing at the bit like I am, and you're like, yes, the new big event, they're going to be triple coupons and all this extra stuff, and yeah. What's going to be the rarity that comes here? You really need to think about when you're going to spend, okay? Immediately in the first few days, day 8 and beyond, all right? The certain times of the day. Why these time frames? I want to touch on that. You can get a whole bunch of stuff immediately if you wanted to. You throw down $400 on day 1 and you max out that limited time promotion. Okay? But if that was your entire budget for this event, you have missed out. I think. I have experienced. Okay? Why? Well, there are really cool things to get right at the beginning. We will always see, usually during these events, on the first weekend and the second weekend, because this goes for 11 days, you'll have the weekend purchase event. Okay? Bunch of different levels to this as well, like the limited time promotion, but this, excuse me, is a different monster. Okay? Each basic gem gets you purchase counts as your activity XP. All right? And it's going to tell you each level, but you can't see what the next one is. All right? Until you spend and pass that level's requirements. All right? When you go through this event center, go purchase. Where does it take you? Oh, it takes you here. If you go to this place, you can learn more. All right, and see what you get. When you throw down a whole $5 you're going to get this stuff back. $5 is going to get you the first level of the limited time promotion. $5 is going to get you this first level of the weekend purchase event. See how long it goes? It goes for 3 days. 3 days. So if I consider I've got these 3 days to increase this level, I could increase it all right now, but I have maxed out the limited time promotion. Thus, the second and third day, I could have held on to a few bucks, gotten some of that limited time promotion, and continued to increase my weekend purchase package, thus stretching my dollar over the course of 3 days, or dollars over the course of 3 days, instead of using it all in one day and not getting another 2 days worth of items. Does that make sense? If we go back, we'll go back to this, but if we go back to we're going to talk about that. That comes in as our limited time promotion. We know that the third level, doop doop, is $400. You get a whole bunch of stuff, yeah. But if you spend $100 skis, you get the first 2 packages, which is a whole bunch of stuff. All right, and then if you throw down on that, what do you call it? That $100 on the first day, you're going to increase your weekend purchase event to level 8. You're going to get a whole bunch of stuff. A big old menu pops up. You're going to increase it to level 8. And then after level 8 to get to 9, you're going to need to spend 40,000 worth of gems. That's just below 200 skis. Okay, because 100 is 25,000. And then another 25,000 would be 50. But 40,000 is essentially another 80 bucks. All right, because 60 bucks, because $20 is worth 5,000 gems. Thus 20 and 20 is 10,000, 40,000 to 50,000. You're $40, $160 is going to get you to level 9. And then beyond that, it's going to be crazy. But I don't know what this maxes out at, and you can't move beyond as far as the package detail goes, but you can see what each increment does have. Okay? And then as you climb there over the course of 1, 2, 3 days, which I highly recommend, you'll get more and more back. This will keep climbing. Now, the reason why I think it's important to consider when you're going to do it immediately or the first few days, I highly recommend, in my humble opinion, that you, if your budget is $400 skis in the first weekend, to not do more than $100 on the first day, because anything over that $100 isn't going to get you anywhere near this 100,000. So you are better off to stick with 100, in my humble opinion, to get everything in the first 2 levels, and then spend the next day another $100 to get everything again in these first 2 levels. Thus, over the course of 3 days or 4 days, because you're throwing down 400 bucks, you're going to get, I believe, more out of the first 2 levels of this package over the course of 4 days instead of 1 day, all 400, boom, right here. I could do the math, and generally Evony does a good job as far as making everything the same value. If you do it all right now, or if you do what I said in the first two levels over the course of 4 days, generally those 2 are going to equal the same amount as getting them all at once. One of these days I'll break it down, but I think there is going to be more back on the first weekend during the weekend purchase event, throwing down the 100 here, because on this valuable or login gifts event tab, the first 7 days of each special event, which is 11 days, will have the gem purchase event tied on to it. This is where the strategy gets even deeper to get the best return on your investment, ROI. We haven't even talked about which packages to do. All right. Whatever floats your boat, tickles your fancy. All right. We're just talking about these dollar increments, which unlock certain levels of valuable events. Okay. This is significant because you have 5 different days to achieve this gem purchase event. Look at the total. 3,000 basic gems. If you were to throw your whole budget at the first day, which is way more than 3,000 gems, you're only going to get one of these days. One of these days, okay? This will stop once you spend $3,000 worth of basic gems, which is $15 at the minimum. $15. It's either three fives, or a 10 and a 5, but that's actually going to get you 3,500 because a 10 is worth 2,500 gems rather than just 1,000, which is a 5. Okay, generally $10 are more valuable because you get 500 extra gems for the $10 instead of just $5, which is 1,000. Hope that makes sense. Once you hit that 3,000 mark, boom, you get that. You don't get to progress to the second or third or fourth, right? 3,000 gems, 3 times 5, that's 15. So 3, 6, 9, 15,000 gems worth. You've spent that if you've spent over 100, or if you throw down all your 400 or whatever. We're talking about 400 because of that limited time event right now. It can be anything in between. You'll only get one day. What I highly recommend, like spacing out the spending because of this limited time promotion and having 3 days for the weekend purchase event during the first 3 days and the last 3 days. The gem purchase event is huge as far as your ROI, return on your investment, okay? They used to only have 3 epic historic general premium tickets, please. All right, it was one every other day, but they made it better and more juicy, if you will, to include one of those each day. Plus, Triceratops poop ton Jurassic Park size amount. Rest in power, Sam Neill. Dr. Grant just passed away a few days ago. All right, all these other things that are extremely helpful, and they seem to get better as the days go on. You don't want to lock yourself out of this because you spent your whole budget on the first day, maybe the first 2 days. Try and stretch it out and think about what you want to get over the course of 3, 4, or 5 days so that you can satisfy this 3,000 basic gems daily to get these rewards. Huge, huge, huge ROI on this. I highly recommend, in my humble opinion, space out your purchases either at the minimum 3,000 gems a day for the first 5 days, or one package one day, 2, 3, 4, and 5, what have you, but at least being 3,000 or above. Okay? So, gem purchase event combined with limited time promotion combined with weekend purchase event gives you, for the first 3 days of these events, a huge opportunity to maximize your return on your investment. And this is not all, my friends. Okay? These are basically automatic. These will unlock once you make a purchase. The menu will pop up right here, and you'll be like, yeah, oh, all these goodies will come flying your way. And then, excuse me, you will get a little indicator on here eventually that says, hey, come check me out. You go to the gem purchase event, and you go, oh, redeem. Okay, purchase will turn into redeem. You go purchase, and it takes you to the event, excuse me, package every time. All right, take a look at this. $5, 1,000 gems. 5 plus 5 is 10, right? So $10 is going to be 2,000 gems. Oh, contraire, $9.99, 2,500 gems. See, the $10 packages are a better value than 5 because you get 500 more gems on top of that. Now, that's just purchasing the package, okay? Coupons don't affect this number here. All right, they only affect what's inside the package. So let's look at $20. $20, 5,000. So 10 and 10, you 25 and 25 is 5,000. So you're seeing the same amount from this $10 increment to that $10 increment. And let's go to 50. Boom, shabloips. This is one of those other tricky ones. 12,000. Well, half of, 25,000 is 12,500, right? You are shorted once again, technically 500 gems if you spend $50 packages because they're only worth 12,000 instead of 12,500. So If you were to spend $20, $20, a $20 package, a $20 package, and a $10 package, you've got 5,000, 5,000, which is 10,000, and then that $10 package is tax on another 2,500. So you've spent 50 total, but you have received in return 12,500 gems, 500 more than you would get by just spending 50 at once. Make sense? That is one way where you can maximize your return. Now, why do they have these $50 packages? Well, they're going to include things that aren't in the others, more of some things that are in the others. Okay? There will always be something more because your extra 108,000% return on your investment is going to be made up somewhere. Level 4 optional chest, significantly more in there. And then when you go down to 20, level 3, still really valuable, but 800 here as opposed to Shubloips 2160 here. So 800, 816. All right, and if you do 10 more, so you do half of that, it's going to be 516. That's 2,100. You're getting 60 million more here, technically. So more in that, and as far as the resources go, but also more than double if we were to look into the math here. Oh, excellent dragon coins are a good thing to look at. 6 there for 50 bones. Okay, and then if you go $20 here, and you go to level 3, 7 here. What? $20. Oh, we were looking at two here. So if you double this, you get 4 rather than doubling a 50, which you get 6 is 12. So way more. All right, and then 2 and 2 is 4, and then technically 1, so 5 and 5 is 10. You're getting 2 more excellent dragon coins for spending 50 at once rather than 10 or 20, 20, and 10. These are the things that I like to look into and consider when I do make purchases over the course of a number of days, right? $20 here, $20 there. You have gotten more gems back essentially from your purchases. All right. And you also have gotten more VIP points. Okay. And you have satisfied the first level of the limited time promotion. And you have satisfied the gem purchase event. And then some of your weekend purchase event stuff too. You feel me? So you got 50 bucks. You space out that 50 bucks over the course of 3 days. You're $5 short of satisfying 3 days here, but you've got 2 down at least. That is a huge amount of stuff back, plus your limited time promotion each day. All right? Everything is going to come back to these daily limited time promotions and or 3-day event, 5-day time on these particular events. Okay, and you can decide from there what time of the day, how many days, and how much on each of those days you throw down. But just consider, if your budget is limited but it has at least, let's see here, 15, 30, 45, 45 is 60, and 60 plus 15, $75. You can split that up over 5 days within the first 7 days to get all this stuff back. All right, instead of spending it all on one day. Don't miss out on the gem purchase event, my friends. I highly recommend it. And in every day, you'll get this bad boy too, which is even more on top of it. And 75 bucks is going to get you to level 6 or so, 5 or 6 of the weekend purchase event. You see how it's exponential interest. Was that a thing? I think I learned it at one time. I was always terrible with math and I didn't get it, but would you rather have a quarter, every day, or a quarter doubled every day or something, as opposed to a penny that is compound interest? That's what it is. I got that wrong. Don't make fun of me. Okay, it's been a long time. I don't remember it. My kids probably do because they're learning that sort of thing, but I digress. All right, we had some other things to worry about as far as time goes. I think we're okay. All right, let's check it out here. Now, that was one of the things. Oh, check it out. Get out of here, you're level 3. Maybe you'll stick around long enough All right, before someone else gets you. But when in the Landsrat do as the Landsradians do and rally a couple mamma jammas. Can we find something big and nasty here, in 20, 30 seconds? We were talking about when you're going to spend immediately the first few days. What's different about the first few days? Okay. The first few days being the first three because of the weekend purchase event, and the significance of the first 7 days because of the gem purchase event. Okay. Now, these first 7 days, gem purchase event there. What happens? Have you ever noticed that beyond the 7 days, things change? Oh, things change as far as some of the events go and some of the things available. All right? If you wait, this is huge, and this is really going to factor in what we're going to do together later on during this event. My plan, our plan together is to use our pink gem bank account. We'll talk about pink gems in a second, too. Okay? Pink gem bank account to throw down and redeem and get these packages on day 8 and day 9. This is big time. If you are going to or plan to hit the top of that cake, the King's Party, level 10, and beyond a little bit or a whole bunch, I highly recommend and encourage you and implore you, I beseech thee, to wait until day 8 and 9. We will see that in action on day 8 and 9 when we get there and I record and stuff, and then you see it. All right. But right now, I'm going to tell you about it as briefly as I can. All right. To why it is significant. For Caesar's skin, in order to make it the least expensive as possible, I need to save all of my triple coupons, of which you get 4. Okay, we'll talk about where and when you get those. You may know or you may not know. And 18 of the 20 double coupons. That is going to make the Caesar skin acquisition the least expensive it can be. Thus, I need to save all of my coupons until then. If I am spending in the first 7 days, 5 of those 7 days, to benefit from the gem purchase event, I am going to have to utilize non-coupon events. We'll talk about that after I show you real quick or not what is significant about day 8 and 9. Have you ever seen uh, Wolf High with the Blue Corn Moon? I probably sang too much of that song. Uh-oh, we got a little bit of a lag here. I'll probably have to exit the game because all the updates and the server's probably busy. The black magic is probably starting. Is it going to kick me? Let's see here. Everything new update. It's really cool. It's been running rather smooth on the PC. Sorry, we gotta check things out here. Okay, that's not loading right there. So we're gonna exit here for the sake of refreshing it. Maybe we'll get that black magic is happening because the server is busy. Nope, it's just lagging like a son of a gun, which is okay. All right, at least we're not having to wait for any sort of updates, but it could happen. Every now and then that stuff happens with these significant updates. Stuff is happening. All right, so where were we? Yes, we need to go look at this crazy thing called a cultural subordinate city or famous historic city. I have friended these, or sort of not favorited them because purple is the friend. Oh, Franz. Oh, okay. Look at this. Oh my goodness! Look at that thing! It is the Phoenicia famous city. Have you ever seen one of those red epic cities? Some of you have. All right, my friend. Oh my goodness, the name is slipping my mind. Has one of them or is experienced with one of them because they've said that you get a tremendous amount of experience when you attack one of these. And we have a Vietnam famous city. These are incredibly huge. All right, and special famous cities, okay, and what they have to offer, not only to you, but they also benefit your alliance sometimes. Okay, unlock the subordinate city, occupy, yada, yada, yada. There are six types. Did you know that? It doesn't stop at epic, it goes to famous. All right. And then there are cultural as well. Where can you see that? Well, during each event, on the eighth day, and on the eighth day, he summoned the epic city. We will see this nice little castle change into whatever this event, famous or historic city is. Perhaps you have noticed that. It will be there, it will look pretty, and it will say, haha, you are never going to acquire me. Or perhaps you will, because you're a part of Evony TKRs, the R5 Life with Leto. I'm Leto II, R5, one deep of the Landsrat on server 1834, and Evony, the King's Return. And now you know. And knowing is half of or all of stretching your dollar bills, y'all. And the return on your investment. Oh, what am I doing? I'm just looking for a couple of baddies. I wanted you. It doesn't matter if we are inside the keep or not, as far as what do you calls it? Looking at what these famous cities or oh man, I cleaned my computer screen because it needed it, but it was nice and slimy and grimy. It wasn't. It wasn't that gross. And my stylus, my stylus, that's a Greek actually. It does mean a writing utensil, stylus. If you've ever wondered what that word comes from, it comes from the Greek stylus. It means a writing utensil, literally. Okay. Anyways, my stylus does not glide as smoothly across the screen because it's clean. Oh, I spit hot fire in my rhymes, dog. Um, it doesn't, and that's okay. So I switch in betwixt my stylus and my mouse. So forgive me if I'm looking like where the heckles is my stinking whatevskis, all right, like my cursor. Man, oh man, I'm having a dandelion of a time to finding something big and ugly and awesome. But I'll take anything right now as long as I can just start a rally. Except for that junior, I always tell myself I'll take anything, but not the junior steam. Hey, look at that! Good things come to those who wait. Showbloips, and we're gonna rally that. Okay, cool. Well, you can from anywhere you can access your epic cities, either in the keep or in your menu or on the the world map. You can go here and press this preview button. Showbloips, and then it'll give you the preview of what you have, and then you can look at skadoosh, these cultural subordinate cities. Okay, check these out. Germany famous, Rome, China, India, Oasis, Egypt, Hungary, Phoenicia, Japan, Vietnam, France, Inca, Maya, Persia, Sumer, Caribbean, Mycenae. Okay, you can see what they have to offer as far as their buffs go. You can click on them and then you can dive in even more. Okay, you can see what their historic city spectacles are. Oh boy, those are going to be hard to acquire, and you're going to have some extra income, disposable, if you will, to be able to level those up. All right. So we saw on the world map, what did we see? We saw Phoenicia and we saw Vietnam. These are cultural subordinate cities. Okay, this one, Germany one, even looks like the one that is there right now. It's a placeholder, essentially. It's the default. We will see something, whatever it is, on the eighth day. You can usually check that on Facebook previously and know what's coming. Historic city, oh my goodness. We've got even more. Rostock. What's different about these? Well, these usually have an alliance buff. These, what are we calling them? Historic cities. Let's check these out. Is there an alliance buff? Nope. Nope. Nope, it will always be the second one, okay? They have great buffs. They'll benefit you individually, but if you happen to nab a historic city or if one is available, skadoosh, you're going to get, you're going to get an alliance buff. There's a march speed. I said it was always second. I stand corrected. Here's the third, alliance hospital capacity. Oh, this one does not. Alliance training capacity. So each one of the historic cities will, I believe, I'm not going to click through all of them, have a alliance buff. Whoa, alliance construction speed. If you have someone in your alliance who gets their hands on one of these, it's going to benefit everybody. And the only way to get these historic cities and cultural subordinate cities is one through the auction house. Okay, you're always going to have on the first couple of days, you know, some blazons, and then what do you call it? Civilization equipment, and then check this out. Oh, here's a cultural subordinate city. Okay, the cultural subordinate city is different. This one benefits you individually. Okay, notice that these buffs don't say alliance. Let's, oh, dang it, let's click even further. Did you know you can click on all this stuff? Isn't it cool? There's all the equipment. Boom, another cultural. So we have it available multiple times to bid. That bidding begins in 2 days. This beginning bids, this bidding begins on day 6. So you have a potential to get two. All right. And then let's go to the last day. Check it out. A glory subordinate city expansion. What is this? Use it to unlock glory subordinate city slot. The glory subordinate city slot can only be unlocked once. Extra expansion orders can be manually converted into epic subordinate city optional chests. I have no idea what's in there, and if you can land yourself one of these, why in the heckity hex would you want to get another one? All right, what is the glory city expansion? There are some of these things that I will perhaps never know. But how things have been going and how we have investors in our channel now, who knows what we'll be able to do. But if you look at your slotch, okay, it's going to show you, well, I have 10 right now. When I get to VIP 18, which might happen soon now that investing is happening, you get another one. Oh my goodness. And then you got to get to 26 VIP to get that 10, 11, 12th one. And here is this glory subordinate city expansion unlock. What goes to the glory subordinate city? Glory. I think this is important for us to go through, that these are only available via some, oh, the betting shop's not open yet there, but it is there, a glory shop. If we go into here and look at our all-star shop, oh, that is a castle decoration, all-star. Okay, what is this? All-star castle decoration. Oh, nope, castle decoration. All Stars has different things. It looks like these are castle decorations. Huns Invasions won't. Clash of Civ won't. Battlefield shop won't. Storm shop won't. Okay, so there are no glory cities there. The glory city is something that I'm not quite familiar with because in our subordinate cities, we don't see anything as far as glory goes. And I don't believe that these glory subordinate cities, these take one of the glory subordinate cities. I believe that if I happen to acquire one of these, I'll need to abandon one of my epics until I open another city slot. I'll probably have somebody take it over and hold it for me in hopes that I get to 18 sometime so I can keep it. When I reoccupy it, it will be at its level, so on and so forth. Okay? I went into this at length, ad nauseum, because it factors in to our timing. Day 8 and beyond, specifically day 8 and 9. You will see, perhaps you have seen, another option here. Between usually invite friends and Ranger Night Order, you will see cultural subordinate city or historic famous city, whatever it's named. And in that event, your Daladalskis and your performance in server war and your smiting of the world boss gets you Valorous medals. And these Valorous medals will go towards a leaderboard, which you want to finish in the top 20. All right, top 10 once or top first once, the top 20, you'll see later on. Okay, because you'll get these cameo items. And these cameo items, if you happen to in total gather 30 for these one particular event because they expire after it. You can unlock that cultural subordinate city. That is why my timing, our timing, and the timing of when you throw down, if you're climbing to the top of the cake, it might be best for you to wait for any spending whatsoever to happen on day 8 and 9. You save all of it for those days so that you have the best chance to score enough points to place high in the ranking and get those cameos to unlock that cultural subordinate city. It will only happen if you are completing the King's Party and beyond. There is no way around it. The players throw down huge, massive sums of money to climb that leaderboard. All right, it's impressive, it's crazy, it's cool, it's fun. I am going to try and be a part of it. And if you're going to do what I'm doing someday, wait for those days if you want that huge, beefy city. I don't know what it's going to be. For shits, let's check this out. I'm going to bring something up because every now and then I highly recommend, even if you don't use Facebook for anything else, to follow Evony the King's Return because there are so many different things that you get for free and you can preview. All right. We don't have anything as far as the upcoming city goes. Shitty city, city, shitty, shitty. But look at this. Look at this. I know you can't see it. I'm going to bring it over here. Look at this. It will advertise a little bit beforehand what this city is going to be. All right. It says, ooh, my city, a famous city. That's what's going to be available to perhaps acquire on day 8 and 9. It will only happen on day 8 and 9, my friends. It will only happen on day 8 and 9. That is the significance of this. Thus, the timing of your spending matters. Now, since I'm waiting for these 2 days only, alas, I'm going to miss out on the limited time promotion over the course of a number of days. I'm going to max this out in those 2 days because I'm going to, use my pink gems to max it out, but I'm going to use more pink gems on those 2 days to go beyond this 3rd level, thus not getting as much back from this limited time promotion as I could. Does that make sense? Remember, this maxes out at 4 or 100,000 gems worth. That's 4 of these. Okay? 2 days, 4 and 4, that's 8, but I need 1,200 more to make it to the 10th level of the cake. Thus, that's 3 times 4, 3 days where I'm missing out of maxing this out. Does that make sense? 3 days worth of this I will not get. So, is it a less return on my investment because I didn't get those extra 3 days? Or is it a wash, or it far outweighs what you get because on day 8 you could potentially unlock one of these bad mamma jammas? I have never had an opportunity really to go for one of these full board, full throttle. So I'm going to try. At the very least, if you finish in the top 20, you will earn enough cameos to buy yourself an epic city key. That is cool because your epic cities, you need to get them multiple times. You need to get them multiple times in order to, oh shit, skadoosh, get all their historic city spectacles. Okay, spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. You have to get them 5 more times, 4 more times. I forget exactly. Oh, it's been a little bit. But look, I've maxed them here. Okay, you got buffs from each of these, and then you've got the 5th buff, and then a cluster buff. Okay, a whole bunch of stuff. All right, why am I talking about these? Oh, goodness gracious. I will be able to, if I finish top 20, to get 10 cameos to get myself another epic city key, which I can turn into epic city fragments and increase the historic city spectacles and continue to make my epic city stronger. Ground troop HP +5. I'm going for China this time. What do I get for 2 out of the 5? Or 2 of 4? Boom! Research speed 15. That is an incredible buff. 15% research speed and a 5% ground troop HP, and closer to resources production, ground troop again, and ground troop attack, defense, and HP, and all this other stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I stand to get a historic, cultural city or famous city, but at the very least, I believe I will get enough cameos, which is 10, to get myself an epic city key and improve the ones that I have already. You see how? Timing. All right? Your intent on getting to the level 10 and beyond, the timing, as far as the days go and the time of the day, makes a huge impact. All right? All right. Believe that is that. You got questions, comments, concerns, put them in the chat. Send me a message in game. Thank you, Aras, and thank you, Pescadillos, and thank you, Rebel, for continuing to reach out to me, and Mr. Harry Nutsack, to say hi and reach out to me and ask questions and make comments and offer your critique and encourage each other along the way. That's awesome. Please keep doing that. Consider the first 7 days in the gem purchase event. We talked about that. Super, super valuable first 7 days, minimum of $15 on 5 of those 7 days to get all those goodies back. A ton! All right? As well as the weekend purchase event at the beginning and end of the 11 total days. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Those 3 days, we'll have the weekend purchase event. And then there's going to be nothing in between. No weekend purchase event. You will have the limited time promotion, but you won't have an extra layer of things from the gem purchase event, which will start again on the following Friday. Okay? The next Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then Monday is the last day of the event. It's all gone. So consider the timing of that. All of your budget, how much is it? Can I benefit from the first 5 days for the gem purchase event and the weekend purchase event? And then wait until the next weekend purchase event to get as much as I can back there too. Those are the spaced out limited events that you can benefit from. 5 of the first 7 days. First 3 days of the first 7 days. No, 7 days. And then the last 3 days, okay, starting on the 8th, 9th, and 10th day of that next weekend purchase event. Those perhaps are the best times to spend your dollars because you get the most back from all the extra events. Cool? I hope so. I think so. That is one way to stretch your dollar, make your return on your investment even bigger than what's in the event packages, and get a ton of extra shiz for free. It's not free because you spent, but it is free because it's on the back end of all that stuff you wanted anyway. Okay? It matters. It really does, and it makes a huge impact. Try it, check it out. You will see. That's number 2 on there. All right? Consider day 8 and beyond for the cultural subordinate city or historic city. We talked about that at length and saw these different options. As a matter of fact, this event today, this update 5.30.0, right? For fuck's sake, I always forget if it's a 5 or what update. Yeah, 5.30.0. There has been an update or an addition to the Tomb Expedition. All right? You get to pick what the final reward is. Boop. And it used to be the top one being the Enigma Officer Equipment Scroll Chest. But now, look at this. Cultural Subordinate City Key Fragment Chest. You can now, if you wish to invest heavily into this event, because you got to get all the way to the end. I don't even know what that would cost because there's no guarantee on this one. Maybe. Okay? You click in here and you can pick your historic famous city. But you got to get this twice. Okay? Because you need 10 fragments. 10 fragments to build that key to unlock it. But this is the only other way outside of day 8 and 9 to get a cultural subordinate city. You could potentially get 2. You get 10 of these fragments, and then you get the other one from, day 8 and day 9. And then you can break that down into fragments and then continue to build your historic city spectacles that way. You could essentially do it with the least amount of money that way too. Instead of multiple events, spending a whole bunch just to continue to get these key fragments, you can 2 birds with 1 ebony stone to win the cameos to get that city, and you put all of your monies into this event so you can get to the end. All right, and once you unlock all the limited rewards, you get to pick this one, and you get key fragments or city fragments to improve your historic city spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. Wow. But you can choose all these other things too. Let's look at this real quick. They each have 5 levels, 4 limited rewards, 4 common. La, 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 la. If you fail to get a limited reward for 9 consecutive expeditions, you are guaranteed to receive one on the 10th. So you are guaranteed every 10, but the odds are you could get one every time. All right, it's all up to the Evony god's fate and torture. All right, but all of this stuff in here is huge. Oh my goodness, military tactics. Oh my, a level 7 premium equipment. Yeah, it's cool, but all the others. Oh my goodness, a military strategic historic. Holy cow! And then skadoosh, a whole bunch of bloodstones. That is all blood crystals. This is probably the best level right here. But you got to get here and do and get all of these. Look at how many times you got to win it though. 38 times, 22 times, 22 times. All right, you only have to get these 1, 1, 2, and 1. 1, 6, 4, and 4. Oh, so much more. 3. Oh my goodness. 12, 7, and 7. 34, 20, and 20. You don't get all 34 when you land on that. Once you hit it, you get one of those 34. You could hit it multiple times in 10 explorations. But like they said, 9 explorations, you don't get any. On the 10th, you're guaranteed one. Holy cow, 34 and 20, 54, 74, 75 total times you got to get these limited rewards. And if you're considering that you're only getting it guaranteed on the 10th, 75 times on the 10th, that's 7,500 explorations. We're not going to go into the math, but you see how much this is going to cost to make it to the end and then get that cultural subordinate city. That's why if you're going for the city through the 8th day and 9th day Valorous Metals route, you're going to want to pump all your money into this event specifically, exclusively, unless you've got, $20,000 to spend. Hey, go for it. That's awesome. Show me, record it. I want to see. That's cool. All right, check it out. $99.99, 25,000. You get 500 expedition lanterns, 4 triple coupons. That's 1,500 times 4, 30. That's 1,000. Oh, Jesus. Is it 1,500? That's 6,000 expedition lanterns, right? I think that's the correct max. 6,000. Where does that get us with 4 triple coupons and $99.99? 6,000. 10 times is 100. So let's see, 100 times is going to cost you 1,000. So you got 100, 200, 300, 400. You get 600 explorations. 600 explorations, and let's see here, every 10 you're guaranteed one of those. 600 explorations, so that is guaranteed 6 times? No, it's got to be better than that. 60. You're guaranteed 60 limited rewards. Guaranteed 60 limited rewards out of that 600. That's $400 spent, all triple coupons. You're guaranteed 60. 1, 3, 5, 6. All right, 12, 16, 20, 21, 22, 29er, 30, 30, 36, 46, 48. We're getting there. 48, 49, 69, 69, 89, plus 34. My math is probably getting terrible. 150. 113, and then last but not least, you see how much it's going to be. You're doing all of that in there. You have taken care of 60. You could have gotten more limited rewards, but $400 in, $60 guaranteed. You're somewhere in level 3, maybe to level 4, but not even close to satisfying all the limited rewards. You're going to have to double up a whole bunch more. I highly recommend you stick with one event and dump into that if you want to benefit from the most and get the guaranteed stuff. All right, or not. Have a good time and put it anywhere else. Oh my goodness, what a long arse time talking about cultural subordinate. See why day 8 and day 9 are so important, lucrative, and or a unique and rare opportunity to really get some good stuff out of your ROI, your return on your investment. All right. I'm hoping that you are, finding some value in this information at the very least, and how $5, $10, $15 can go extremely far. All right. I would consider free to play players somebody or someone that, might throw down $5, $10, or $20 every now and then. That's still free to play. That's a significant amount if you can utilize the system and or the events and what Evony is offering you. All right, can get you a whole lot back. All right, your rally card, that's $20 at one time, but depending on when you spend it, that is going to make a significant difference. All right, so we're going to go back onto my agenda. My agenda, and agenda actually it comes from the Latin. Did you know that? Ago agere means is a Latin verb which means to do. Like you are performing a task, or I need to go do this thing. All right, agenda, ago agere. The nd on that is called a gerund. All right, and a gerund, a gerundive. All right, grammatically is called a gerundive, the nd ending to the verb to do, ago agere. And this a gerundive means that it's something worthy to do, must be done, or has to be done. You must and has to be done, worthy to be done, ought to be done, should be done, or must be done, right? And then the a ending is the neuter plural of the verb. Thus, it's being things. That's the neuter. Worthy, must be, ought to be done. Agenda. Things that are worthy to do. All right, or things you must do, or things that ought to be done. Literally from the Latin. So cool. I like that stuff. Nice little language lesson there. You know me. What am I doing here? I am sending my gatherers back out there, and I got hung up on my agenda, and now I can't think straight. Let's see here. Sawmills. I'm gathering as much as I can until Server War starts later because I want to hang out with y'all and continue to go over our good stuff here. And I need to look at my agenda again to get back on track, okay? Here we go. Let's go back in the keep so I'm not terribly distracted there. Excuse me. Oh my goodness, and something else popping up here. Thank you. Every hour, usually that pops up if your server is active enough. Okay, day 8, Valorous medals, the required for cameos. You'll see that more on day 8 and 9. When we do that together, I record it and post it, and you have a good time with me. We need to go through 4 now. Spending window in the first hour of every 4 cycle. We talked about that. We began that. We saw it. All right, I really wanted you to experience that, so that's cool. If you prefer those items, all right, the 3 hours afterwards has different stuff, and if they're just as good, you go for it. Event level 4 gets all items. That is a total of 4 times 25,000 gems, 400 pink gemskis or pink gemskis worth. All right, if you're spending that amount on that event, you'll get more items back if you limit daily spending to 400. If you're climbing the top of the cake and you don't care about the 8th and 9th day and you throw down 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, 4 times 5, to get to the top of the cake, and you do 400 5 times, that's 5 days of these 11 days that you are maxing out that limited time promotion. All right. Boop, 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 boop. Level 4, which is a whole bunch of stuff. That is a ton. So you could go that route if you wanted to. You wanted to. You feel me? There is something to get more of, or exclusively, depending on the time of day, the time of the week, or the day of the event, all right, and how you spread it out and or allot each spending amount per day. Yeah. I like how going over this agenda is kind of re-emphasizing, reteaching, if you will, revisiting all of these points that might seem sort of cluttered now because there's a lot going on, but it's how my brain works and it's following all this stuff all the time. And I write stuff down and I love it and I take notes here and I'm like, yay, somebody's going to like this out there too, just like me, perhaps. But it's going to be even cooler when we see it in action. But I gotta set the stage. You need context. I like to provide that. Now, since we have sort of primed the pump, all right, with all of these things, timing being the biggest emphasis and what you can get on these various days and time frames, I got moves. Not really, but it's just fun to move. We need to, and I highly recommend before you even think about spending something. Oh, hold on a second. Dang it, these things got so smudged. Probably because I'm flinging my hands everywhere. Oh, they're even worse now. Hold on a second. It's going to be good enough. Sorry about that. I highly recommend. First thing you do is, your daily activities and you get your donations in for your alliance and you go to your crazy eggs and do that at the right time, so on and so forth. All right. First thing you want to do before you go jump into any of the events, I believe, is go to the King's Party event and see what it has to offer. We think about the King's Party and all these levels and all these goodies, but they vary greatly from event to event. I touched on it a little bit before as far as the schedule of certain things. A general skin, all right? Boom. A castle decoration, boom. Or just a supremacy civilization chest, two, boom. Why does this matter? Excuse me. This, my friends, significantly, I'm going to write this down. I got all kinds of crazy chapters in here already, but I'm going to say around 120. All right. We're talking about the King's Party and how significant this is. You might be ready. You might have everything you need to ascend to the level of cake that you want to, which is the maximum. But are you wanting to get a castle decoration? Is that your goal? Because castle decorations are there, right? And you're like, man, I want a castle decoration. I'm doing it. I'm getting on the cake. You gotta look at the cake. The cake is a lie. It's not a lie in this case, okay? You gotta look at the cake in the King's Party and see what the grand prize is. King's Party. Oh my goodness. What is this? Right here. Civilization Scroll Chest 2, Supremacy. Man, that's what we want. We need those big time. The hardest thing to get. Okay. What's the difference between Civilization Scroll Chest 2 and just the fragments for Supremacy? Shovel wipes. In the Chest 2, you have access to the Munso set and the Romulus set. In the fragments that you piece together and make 30, you cannot get Romulus, nor can you get Munso. This is the only way to acquire these three pieces of the civilization equipment. Okay? Whoa, it's a tough thing to do. It's got to be a Civilization Scroll Chest 2. All right? To get those two. Otherwise, it's just everything in betwixt, which is all the good stuff anyways. But look, no castle decoration. If you just jumped into this cake and you listen to the rumor has it that purchasing 200,000 basic gems will make you a special guest at the royal party. I don't know why I did in that voice. It's just kind of fun. It's not a rumor. It's going to happen. All right? Boom. Just takes you here again. You're not getting a castle decoration. Don't throw down and be like, yo, where's my castle decoration, man? What the fuck? And there's no general skin. We saw a general skin for Presley O'Bannon. We saw a Civilization Scroll Chest 2 for the next event. Then we saw castle decoration No, a castle decoration after Presley, then a civilization scroll 2 because the castle skin was in the glorious attire for Irene Darno. That was a different way. And then last event, Independence Day, had a new castle decoration. All right. Thus, as far as the scheduling goes, which usually stays on track, we take a break from a castle skin from the cake and a castle decoration from the cake and just have the supremacy scroll. Dang it. Dang it, dang it. What does this mean, Leto? Why are you talking about? This is significant, and this is what I really want you to consider. Okay? Pillars of Hercules. All right, these Gate to the New World castle decorations. Hey, baby. And this March effect, straight coalition. Those two things were available last event. The castle decoration at the top of the cake and the castle, or I mean, sorry, the March effect via the decorative decoration package. It's a very exclusive package. You can only buy it once, but you can double and triple coupon it and then gift these March effects to someone else. But unlock one yourself. The reason you want it is because with this castle decoration and this March effect, you create the collection pairing and you own this and you've activated attacking matter troop and ground troop HP. I don't know what that is. Training speed plus 2%. And you also unlock a reward. Okay. If it's your first one, you get 1,000 of those. If it's your second one, you get 500 of those. These aren't the biggest and greatest rewards, but nevertheless, irregardless, not a word by the way, you're going to get something back on these things. But you could miss out on that March effect if you didn't know where it was. Every event has different things. Did you notice there's no decoration package? And we also looked at the King's Patty. Oh shit. That's good though. We got champions, opportunity to get champions again. This King's Party does not have a castle decoration. Thus, your dreams are shattered. Kind of. You're going to have to do things a different way. And you're going to have to do it strategically if you want to get a castle decoration at the same time of climbing this cake and getting all that stuff in there. Is this cake less valuable than others? Perhaps. Perhaps because there's no general skin and there's no castle decoration. All right? When it's just the supremacy scroll, you are going to see other special events that don't happen during other special events. Does that make sense? There are opportunities, multiple, to get a castle decoration and get a general skin if you know where to go and if you invest almost exclusively, if not exclusively, into one particular event. If you spread out all your cake spending money over a bunch of different events, you're going to get a bunch of good stuff, but you're not going to get a guaranteed master item like that castle decoration, all right, or a general skin. You're still going to get a huge value on the cake, but you missed out on a castle decoration or a general skin. When that happens, and now that you have looked at the cake, all right, and we're talking about this particular thing with the castle decorations, then you look into all of the other events going on to see where you can get the castle decoration or the general skin. We know, because I have emphasized this many times, we have looked at it, that in this event, our general skin is right here in the Alliance Carnival. Redeem skis! There are multiple general skins, as a matter of fact. The most expensive and rarest and hardest to get out of all the skins there are is the Caesar skin. I don't know why, probably because it's extremely powerful and beneficial to have no matter what you do. Whether you're a big game monster hunter like me, or a heavy duty massive attack mounted PvP player. Okay? This one has an activated attack, mounted troop attack of 15%. That's the highest percentage attack buff out of all the skins out there. Don't believe me? Go look at them. Plus, you're going to get a 30% bonus on monster attack mounted. Oh, no good. All right. Maybe that's why this is the hardest and most expensive to get. But we're within reach. And I want you to be there when we get it. You also have rare generals here. It's the only place to get Yu. All right. And you can get him over and over again and awaken him. Holy howdy. See, 16 times. That's how many you need to. Oh, that's a lot. That's way more than this here. Okay, 16 times 1200. Oh my goodness. Let's not do the math there. That's brutal. Ah, and then this skin has changed from time to time. Okay. It was Romulus for a long time. All right. And then before Romulus, I don't remember. I don't remember who I saw. Oh, I have seen here Hermes before. All right. A lot of the times it is one of the generals from a previous, um, uh, 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 huge quarterly event, right? So this happened at the beginning of the new year, the ninth anniversary celebration. So perhaps when they redo this one, we might see. Oh, Hatshepsut was there before. Okay, Hatshepsut was there. So whenever the general's skin is there, you also have an opportunity to get the general. All right, as well, because it helps to have the general to put that skin on, but there are own to activate buffs on them nevertheless. See where you can get a general skin while climbing to the top of the cake, but you've got to invest a significant amount, either the 24 hun or the 48 hun, to get it here. Now, 2400 is half of the 4800, so you don't have to do as many of these packages to get the golden rare helmets. So you can save the other half that you would normally spend to get to the top of cake on another event, which might have a castle decoration too. Here we do have a castle decoration. This one's good. It's great to have. It's pretty inexpensive, all things considered. You triple coupon 2 $100 packages to get that. Okay? And it's a great own to activate mounted troop attack on monsters, 5%. Plus, these U's will really benefit you during non PvP time. Okay? Yes. And then there is always another decoration here. I have seen Sakura Castle many times here. I forget what else I have seen here, but this does change. And if you want a castle decoration while you climb to the top of the cake, you're going to need to spend your money here on this event, or be careful. These packages, $9.99. That's it. You don't spend anything on this. You get 15 rare gold helmets. You'll never get to 3,000. Okay, you'll never get there unless you spend. What you're going to do is go to the event package and you're going to throw diggity down on the big shabloips so you can get the 100 rare gold helmets here, the most. 100 here rather than 15 for 10. If you do 10 of those, you do get 150, all right, that you used all your double coupons on $10 packages. So that's not a smart way to go about it. Plus, you get all this huge stuff. The other one's a 70,000% return or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm shorting it, but this is huge. All the other stuff, plus the rare gold helmets. Okay, that is how you're going to get your castle skin, castle decoration, or general skin whilst climbing the cake. So technically, there is still a decoration and general skin available with this cake instead of it all being here on the cake alone. But when you have a decoration here on this cake or a general skin on this cake, you're not going to see a very easy way to guarantee yourself a castle decoration or general skin. Evony's so good at that. There might be a general skin to get in the Divination of Fate, but it's not guaranteed except for this exorbitant amount of times to do that event, which will cost you way more than getting to the top of the cake. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but I'm telling you, when this is here, you're going to see the least expensive general skins and castle decorations. When the castle decoration is here on the cake, you're going to see other decorations under general skins maybe, but they're going to be far more expensive than they usually are if they were on the cake itself. I know this because I've watched it for the sake of not missing out on something if I were to continue to climb this cakey poo. All right. So the Alliance Carnival, where are we again? Oh my goodness. The Alliance Carnival is where your decoration, yeah, 70,000%. Don't stay away from that. Icky, icky. Is where you're going to get your general skin or your castle skin. This one in particular. But there is also another opportunity in the Alchemy shop. Okay? You can redeem skis enough of these alchemical coins, shobloips, to get this castle decoration, the Azure Capital. Not a lot of buffs there, but owning to activate a research speed of 10,000, pretty damn good. But there is not a combination decoration for this. There's no dedicated March decoration, so you got to consider that. Okay? And 200,000 alchemical coins. It's going to be, that's a lot to invest in this one, but there's an opportunity, and you can dump it all into this one to get your castle decoration there. Also, yes, we have Dwarf's Treasure. This is an event that is rare in the sense that there are no free items in which to gather or win or get from monsters to play this game with the free rolls or free chance. This is purely spent, purely money spent to get these dwarf tickets, please. Yes. The Super Treasure Sale is where you're going to want to be to get as many dwarf tickets you can, utilizing your triple and double coupons. A good return on your investment at 95,000%. But 30 here, 4 triple coupons, 3 times 3 times 3 is 90, and 9 times 4 is 1836, right? So 360 dwarf tickets is what you get if you throw down $400 in your triple coupons, all those things. What did I say? 360? 360, 99, 18, and 18. That's 15, 33, 30, 33. Shit. All right. Sorry. I want to make sure I get this right. Boop, boop, boop. 3 times 3 is 90. Oh, 90. No, 90 times 4. 360. Okay, I was right. 360. What is that going to do for us? Oh, epic reward is guaranteed within 100 openings. Oh, we've thrown 400 down, all triple coupon. We're at 360. Opening is 10 tickets, please. To 10. It's 1 to 1. So that 360 is going to open 360 times. We have guaranteed ourselves the epic reward. What is the epic reward? Oh my goodness. The epic reward is this epic decoration chest. You can still win it by chance, very small, but you're guaranteed after 100, you got there at a minimum of $200, triple coupon twice, but you spent 4 to get as many as you can. Boom, what's in here? A March effect or dwarf coins. You can get it multiple times if you're real lucky, but you're guaranteed it at least, guaranteed within 100 openings, 360. You're guaranteed this 3 times. I believe you can get it multiple times. We'll have to look. You've got rare and exclusive March effects, which might be part of some of the other castle decorations. I'd have to check again. Or a permanent avatar frame, Jimmy Carps. This is rare, exclusive, valuable stuff that goes towards fame quests. Or these 20 dwarf coins. What the flip-flop and flippity-doo do dwarf coins go for? Ugh. Redeem. Ooh, dwarf coins. You get 20 in that epic. You're guaranteed 3. That's 60 dwarf coins. What's it going to get you? Fuck all. Now, it's going to get you more opportunities. You can buy 3 different March effects. That's actually pretty good. That goes a long way. Oh, hey, beautiful. Goes a long way as far as fame quests go. But look at all these different March effects and avatar frames, which are exclusive to this too. Yeah, thank you, babe. Okay, no, thank you. Journey, everybody drink. Oh, there's a lot of carbonation. Okay, so these are exclusive to this event, these avatar frames. You won't find them anywhere else that I've seen yet, okay? That is the rarity here. It goes towards fame quests. So this is valuable, but the 20 coins guaranteed three, so you got 60, and that's spending $400, all triple couponed. Look how far away you are. You can get this castle decoration, but there are no buffs, which is real pretty. All right. This one here, skadoosh, checkmate castle decoration, 400 dwarf coins. You got 60 guaranteed. All your triple coupons gone. 60 into 400. Oh my God. 6 times 5 is 35. And then so 6 times 6 is 6 times 6 is what? 6 times 6 is 32. 6 times 7. 6 times 6 is 32. 6 times 6 is 36. Plus another 6 is 42. You'd need 420 coins. Fucking my brain just broke to try and get all the coins from that guaranteed chest up to what we need to get these castle decorations. But it's possible to get your castle decoration. Where were we looking there? Redeem. Via this route. All your coupons, all your money's going into this one exclusively. You climb the cake, you get all those goodies there, and you get your castle decoration via this event. No decoration or general skin on the cake, but nevertheless, irregardless, that's not a word, by the way. You can get your skin and or general skin, your decoration or general skin through an exclusive event, which I highly recommend, in my humble opinion, you exclusively spend in. When you know all the different ones that are there and you understand how much a guaranteed reward is going to cost you. This is one of the only ways, if not the only way, okay, that I have seen to get the Sunken Palace. Own to activate. March speed, awesome. March speed is so helpful. And then use to activate some really awesome ground troop and mounted troop buffs. 5% attack, 10% defense, and HP. That is an awesome castle decoration. Plus, it looks sweet. All right? You can get it that way. It's less expensive than skadoosh, the Revival Era, or the Ancient Capital, or the Checkmate. These decorations, when they are nice and red and fancy, usually mean they have they have they have a castle decoration collection. Okay, what is it? Babylon, Godzilla, Mysterious City, not in there. Daimyo, not in there. Which one's that? Oh, not that one. Glowing City, not in there. Sakura Castle is in the Alliance Carnival. So you can get the Sakura Castle for 3,000 the rare gold helmets. But then you would have to get the Siren's March effect. I don't know when that's ever going to appear. We'll take a look to see if it does in this event to complete the decoration collection. Okay? We'll have to go look at that. Sometimes we'll see the castle decoration in one event, and then we'll see the March effect in another. You keeping track of all this? Isn't that crazy? Okay, we're looking again. Pet City, no. Shitty city. All right, hold on. Noble Garden, Rose York, nope. Ocean Master, that one's cool looking, but nope. Wait a second there. Ocean Master Naval Base, nope. Eternal Town, nope. Parthenon, oh, that one's really cool looking, but it's not there. Ooh, Mirror Lake. See, I've got that avatar frame, but I don't have that decoration. Probably never will, unless somebody else starts to invest and you share the good news and make this place blow up. Sorry if there's going to be commercials or ads, but hey, that's how you make a living and I can take care of my family. Colossus, Genesis, they're usually two different kinds. They'll have two different buffs. Lost Treasures, Poseidon's Palace, man. Ancient Capital, Midgard, nope. Celestial Palace, nope. That one was available during the last Revelry Festival or Carnival, where you had all the masks. You could unlock it there. That was the special castle decoration in there. I love this March effect. The Phoenix Guards, they're pretty damn cool. All right, Romantic Mystery, nope. Childlike It, nope. Glory, nope. Oh my goodness, nope. Not the Desert Golden, not the Starfield. You get what I'm saying. Yes, Autumn Twilight for fart's sake. Silver Wonder Blossom, no. Dream Swan Castle. Oh my goodness. Yellowstone. Jeez Louise. Colometis, no. Steam, no. Harvest Fields, no. Babylonian Myth. Chasing the Horizon. Nope, nope, nope. Irish Adventure. That sounds awesome. Nope. Newborn Hope. Nope. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry about all the nopes, but this helps to see these castle decorations in here do not have a matching march effect or chat bubble or avatar frame that will unlock a collection buff. Take that into consideration. These are phenomenal, phenomenal flip-flopping, decorations in and of themselves. But if you're gonna get a decoration, do you want to maximize a potential that it might have, a decoration might have, by waiting until that decoration and march effect are in the same event? Yes, yes, yeah. Activities usually don't, if not never, have a partnered decoration, march effect, avatar frame. The excellent ones, however, they usually do. Gate to the New World, all these we saw on that list, and they have march effects with them, okay? We took a look at all of them. We know that not the Maplewood, yes, not the Sakura, or yes, the Sakura, these have matching ones. Oh, the Kong one looks cool. Babylon, checkmate, 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 queen and king. This one I didn't see. I don't remember. You'd have to look again. Those ones do. I haven't seen those come back yet. All right. These ones will have a matching effect. However, they are not here. Revival era, ancient capital, checkmate castle. However, these do sometimes have fame quests associated with them. Okay, so they might be worth it that way. Let's go to our fame. Oh my gosh, I know, everybody. Hang in there. This is really good to know because you're evaluating whether or not you want to invest everything that you have saved up for in this particular event. You might need to wait for the next one because, yeah, you'll get to the top of the cake and there's a bunch of good shiz in there, but you didn't get a decoration or a general skin because you didn't know where to get it or how you had to get it to guarantee it, so on and so forth. That's what I want us to really grasp before we throw down such a huge amount and then say, what the fuck? I didn't get the decoration, man. Damn it. Where is it? Okay, let's see here. Fashion trend, that's avatar, march effects. All right, here we go. Check it out. La, 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 la. I'm gonna have to get him 7 more times, and boy, I'm gonna be refreshing that there. Crawler, Kong's companion. Let's see here. Let's see. Champion, specialties, ideal land ornament, Sphinx Castle. That happens on the other festival. We have the pyramid during this one, which I believe did have a we'll check. But the Sphinx is during a different event. Tower of Raven. Mystic Mirage. Shadow of Midgard. Oh, that's the ideal land ornament. This is where you will see whether or not these castle decorations in these other exclusive events have fame quests associated with them. Not all of them do, so they're cool, they work, they're buff, but they're not as much as others are. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look here. Ludwig Golden Sparrow. Some of these are very rare too, and they only come around once in a blue moon during special events. The Wheel of Time. Does that ring a bell? I've seen it 2 times, 3 times actually now since I've been playing this game for about 500 days or so. Okay. Demeter, Hercilia, Arch of Triumph. All right. Those are different ones, fame quests. There are things associated with them. Consider what you're getting and what it might unlock, what it might pair with, what you are getting in total, as well as climbing that cake. So, Alchemy Shop has one, not the best, and there's really no guarantee. You just got to keep collecting those coins, baby. Okay. The Dwarf's Treasure has 3 or 4, but none of them have a paired decoration with them. McAfee, accept the risk. I'm not going to spend all that money again. All right. That is an opportunity to get decorations. Each of these events with decorations or skins I highly recommend if this is what you're climbing the cake on during this event, you exclusively buy that event stuff. Unless you have enough to keep buying wherever you want. Then it's unlimited. You go for it all. But if you are sticking to the cake budget, you're going to get the most if you spend everything in one place. That's just the way the cookie's crumbling during this particular event. All right? Perhaps in the future, when we see the cake with a decoration or general skin, I'll do another one of these and say, hey, it's all on the cake. Let's see what else we can get. If there are any guarantees. Yes, yeah. The Sealed Imperial Treasure is a newish event. All right. This one, however, is like that uh, uh, the one event we were looking at where you could get the cultural support in the city. It's like the going through the cave or whatever. This is a way to get a castle decoration and a march effect that does pair together and unlock a decoration combo. Oh, jeez, Louise. Love you, beautiful. You going too, bud? Yeah. You guys be good for mommy. Huh? I love that. Be good, help mommy, be loving and supportive. Okay. 12,000 of these thingies. Okay, what are they called? Fucking relics or something. Okay, Empire ancient coins. Sorry, they're coins. Okay, you need 12,000 of them to get the Syriaku City. It's cool looking. It is pretty. I like it. I have seen players with it. Own to activate reinforcement capacity. That is beneficial if you are on a very active server with a large alliance with high level players, because otherwise you're not going to fill up the capacity. It's kind of like, yeah, big fucking deal. However, using it gives you monstrous in-city buffs. 20% siege attack, mounted troop, HP and defense, 30%. Those are massive as far as in-city buffs go for a castle decoration. Plus, like I said, it's pretty. Now, what is this other thing here? 12,000 but 3,000 is 15,000. Shubloips, Undead Legions. Not only is it a badass looking march effect, which was only offered in the Lost Treasures event, which we had a couple times ago. I'm not going to go there. Okay. This Undead Legions with the Syriaku City. Let's look here. Humor me once again. This one should be easier to find. Here is an opportunity to climb to the top of the cake. All right, because it's tasty and it's awesome and you like being on top. All right. And get a castle decoration with a matching march effect, thus unlocking. Damn it. I know it's here. Okay, my friends. God, I know it is. It's got to be. Or am I just full of shiz? I swears I saw it. Hold on. That's Flourish of the Maiden. Ah, is this one? No, that's the. Oh, I want that Red Demons. Here we go. Here we go. Undead Legions. Okay. The Lost Treasure event was there exclusively. I think it's still there, but now we've got this Sealed Imperial Treasury, right? Undead Legions and what? Get out of here. The Syriaku City. There is one. It's this color. That's it. It's really pretty. I like it. I have seen people with it. That is cool. It's not the Lost Treasures now. It's the Sealed Imperial whatever shimozis. Own to activate. These two things together, attacking siege machine and ranged troop defense, whatever the percentage is, and research speed +2. Yeah, that is huge on top of these two things, which you got whilst climbing the cake from this event only. Why are you only dumping into this one event? Well, you want the pairing to benefit the most from it. And it's 15,000 of these relic coins or whatever you call them, all right? I forget because I don't care. These coins, 15,000. How do you get 15,000? You are going to have to crunch the numbers. I have before. It's crazy. You need all these keys. You're gonna have to buy this. It's a good deal anyway. You get a bunch of keys. And hey, this is a non-coupon event. So if you're trying to spend 15s on one day and not use any of your coupons, boom, you're using non-coupon events to satisfy the gem purchase event for the first 5 days out of the first 7 days, 5 of the first 7 days to get as much as you can. All right. So you got that $20 down. Yeah, you want that because these are extra goodies, a ton of extra keys. Plus, after you continue to get these experiences, you're going to make more treasure keys by filling that bar again. Okay? Completing these things, you're going to get double XP if you unlock this. So if you do it for Frizzle, which I do, you'll get 2 levels a day. But if you buy this, you're going to get 4 levels a day. Thus, you are going to make it here much faster and get this many more times than you would without buying it. All right? So that's a way to get yourself a bunch of keys. All right? It's just telling you, unlocking this gets you that yippity ki. That's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough because you got to fill this bar to get these coin thingies, which takes you to the Imperial treasure, which allows you to open these chests. And within these chests, you have a random chance to get, most likely an uncommon chest, all right, to get an opportunity at these items. You're not guaranteed getting an Empire Ancient coin. You have a very high percentage of getting 2. All right, 40.5%. It's the largest out of all of them to get 2 of them. Of course, we want to get 100 of them. 0.3% chance in an uncommon chest, and a 69% chance to get that uncommon chest. The highest percentage to get the lowest percentage of getting the most ancient coins. But look at the legendary chest. Here we go, 0.5%. Woohoo! We went up a whole 0.2% when we got to the legendary chest, which we had a 23.08% chance to get. But hey, nevertheless, irregardless, not a word by the way, you have a better opportunity to get more of these ancient coins. You're not guaranteeing this. This is all chance. However, if you get the epic, woo, 20, 50, and 100s, 2%, 6%, 42%. But to get that, you only have a 7.69, dude, chance of getting that epic chest when you click, whatever these ones are. All right, I just click all 3 because I don't really know. If I didn't click these 2 and I just did epic, would I get nothing? I don't know. I just click it all. I don't care. If you're going to throw down on this, you're going to be spending a lot of chedskis, okay? You're going to have to max out your scores. You can only do that by doubling your ding-dong. You're doubling this here treasure trial, okay? Bunch more keys, 12,600. You're in the 2, 3, 4,000 mark. And then you're going to have to significantly spend on this one $10 package alone. All your triples, all your doubles. Why? You want all these treasure keys. You want as many as you can get. This is what matters, my friends. Treasure keys. Because you're opening tons and tons and tons of treasure. And as you open these treasures, you continue to fill this bar, thus getting you these relic coins. Remember, we need 15,000 of them? Holy smokes. Then you're going to have to get wicked ass lucky to get the larger amounts of coins within them. Now, information. Is there a guarantee on any of these? No. But I want that Siriaku City and that Undead Legion March effect and pairing castle decoration whilst climbing the cake. Who knows? Maybe you're going to have to spend more on your journey. Everybody drink. Than the cake requires. Because you don't have the 15,000 to redeem the castle and the March effect. How painful is that? No guarantees on this event. It's purely spend, and hopefully Lady Luck is on your side. Okay? It is not terribly expensive, if you will. $19.99, huge return, tons of keys. You're on a good track. You're getting there. You get the bonus. You're living it up in the keys. All right. You're unlocking more of these. You get pretty lucky in scoring hundreds here, hundreds there, and then you use all your coupons, which is a total of 24 free ones, to buy more keys. That's a lot of keys. Get your mind out of the gutter. All right. So you want a castle decoration, a March effect, and that pairing whilst climbing the cake. 1,200 boop boop times 3 equals 3,600 times 4 equals, you have spent 40 bucks, used all your triple coupons, and you have gotten yourself 14,400 keys. Right? Yeah. That's a lot. 14,400 keys. 14,400 keys, and you spent 40 bucks. All the triple coupons, though, 14,360 to open all of these. Well, that's all that's left. So 360 plus 120 is 480, plus another 60 is 580, 540. So 540 keys is what it takes to open all of these. What is this? 540 keys. All right, so 14,400 divided by 540 equals, you get to open all of these 26 times, essentially, almost 27 times. All of these almost 27 times. Who knows how lucky you're going to get? You're going to bring this score, 3, up to 27, which is going to get you 20 coins plus some more keys. You want to double a whole bunch more $10 skis to get these extra rewards and hope to get lucky on the way. Who knows? You'll probably run out of coupons before you get all the keys you need by doubling and tripling everything in this package to get your castle decoration and matching March effect to get the most out of this event. More than likely, you're not even going to reach the top of the cake with this one because it's only a $10 package. 10 times, 20 times, you're going to have to buy this package. Holy moly, 10, 20, 30, 40, 200 times. 200 times. And you'll run out of coupon. Like I said, nevertheless, irregardless, not worry, by the way, you can get a castle decoration and a March effect with the climbing of the cake, but you're looking at spending no coupon money for the rest of the event to try and climb up further. It's up to you. It's up to you. When in Rome, do as the Lansradians do. Do as the Lansradians do. All right. This one is on its own. It's really great. One of the best values in the game. You can get it discounted. I'm not going to go into it. No castles or anything there. But there we go. Historic City, Revelation of Horus. That has just other items in it and no other thingies there. We have an opportunity to get a number of different castle decorations. However, only one of them has a matching in this particular event, I believe. Oh my goodness! Oh shit skis! Sorry, this is important that we look at it. We need to go back to the Dwarf's treasure, because these here will show you the different. Let's see here. That is ancient capital Midgard. All right, and then the Checkmate King. These ones we didn't see that they had the decoration. Oh, but there are quests. When you open it, you do get some of these coins back, so that goes towards the very expensive things. Let's look in the epic decoration. Flying Cranes, Tipsy Squad, Imperial Wars. None of those match any other castle decoration, except for the Flying Cranes does. We're going to need to look, because remember, this is about spending wisely at the right time, so on and so forth. That's the castle decoration here. Imperial Warriors, Flying Cranes. I think the Flying Cranes has one. We're going to look, but those are the only two things here. There are no more March effects available in any other event besides a new one in the Alliance Carnival. Thus, some of our castle decorations available in other events, you won't get their matching March effect in this one. Does that make sense? It's kind of hard to follow. I don't know. Maybe you follow it, no problem. But let's look at this. Patriot does match another castle decoration. Emissary of Dionysus, I believe, does. So you do have some March effects here. At least one there so far that will. Run of the Luck goes with the Irish one. I don't know when that castle one is available, when that castle is. Some of these do indeed. Unicorn Rider, I've got that one already. That was I got it for less than what you have to get here. All right. So some of these March effects, at least one of them, I believe, maybe two, is paired up with another castle, but it's not one of these. Okay. Yeah. So we've got bits and pieces of other collections, but there's an opportunity to get, like I said, the decoration with that. That one there, where's another decoration? Anyways, we already looked at the Imperial Treasury. There's nothing else in there that matches up and or pairs, but that one pairs with itself, but no guarantee. Like the Dwarfs do have a guarantee. Schnoiks. Almost there. You're 26 seconds away. All right. Oh, cool. Let's Shabloips here. We're at 12 noon, at least my time. We're doing good. A couple hours. Normally we do 3 on these good times together, so everything's like normal. All right. Recap real quick. We talked about the timing on the days, the first 7 days, what's available on the last 4 days, what's available then. Spending little by little to maximize your return on your investment. All of the extra special deals that happen in these time frames, or holding on to all of it to do on days 8 and 9 to attempt to get that cultural, famous, historic city. There are many different ways to approach it. How much do you want back? What's more important to you? What event are you going to dump your Chedachedskis into in order to climb the cake and get your decoration and whatever thing matches it? I am going to lay that to rest. There may be something else in there. I keep thinking I saw a match somewhere, but I'm probably making it up because I want to find it. But we've really exhausted everything that's available in these particular events as far as getting the most out of climbing the cake like we would in other events that have decorations or general skin skis at level 10. Clear as mud, right? Spitting everywhere. I do think that it's making sense. My sincerest apologies about repeating myself, perhaps, but because there are so many moving pieces, essentially. Damn it, all those little ones, shit. We are. It's like some of the information is new again. I think, yeah, pro moves. Come on. Yeah, that one's better. All right. Some of the information is new again because there's so much, and sometimes we only get a piece here and there. Yes, yeah, okay. All right. All of that good. We're going to check the black market. Anything there? Come on. Come on. Nothing. Yeah. Hey, bring some luck from the future into the past. Let's get a Douglas. I need 7 more Douglases, okay? And I haven't seen Douglas in a couple of days. I've seen all the other ones that I don't want. I'll take, essentially, because I could put them in my Council of State, or, eventually, if I'm hurting for a squirting of small little runestone packages, I've got the gold to be able to buy these generals, which give you the most runestones back. So if I dismiss them, I'll get half my gold back plus 24 runestone chests, which is essentially buying runestone chests with gold, but the gems going into it because we're manually refreshing this. Yes. Yeah, see? Okay, we're going to go through one more until we hit an epic general, and then we'll stop if it's not what we want. Damn it. I would buy George Dewey because he's worth historic metals, plus you can get a fair amount of, runestone chest. They're worth it. God damn it. All right. See, they keep me going. All right. We didn't see Douglas. That's okay. We are going to get this. It's VIP. Say that. I'm gonna VIP on the wall. Okay. I'm not going to worry about rallying. Everything's cool. Everything's cool. Um, Nothing there. Let's get these. Nope, we're good there. All right. Just looking at my timing, it's super important to stay up on it for myself so I can, minimize how many gems, if you will, as far as, my donations and such, but keeping up on that to continually boost my honor. All right. To boost my honor. I will defend your honor. We have yet to see our uh, uh, red epic awesome citizens to be released. Who knows when it's going to happen? It's just going to get dropped on us. What are you talking about, Leto? I've touched on this before. I was hoping this event would have it. Damn it. Sorry. You got to see it. It's really cool. I can't wait. It's probably going to be an exclusive either via the cake or one of these other events that you have to like redeem and you can only guarantee it with, climbing the cake kind of money. These like beyond epic, they're like the historic city, kind of citizens, right? Oh man, they're crazy. Okay, so all these events, we looked at the event package. We saw how these rare gold helmets equate to the sword shield. What the fuck is it called again? Sword of Justice. Shield of Glory. You get 800 refined helmets for free by killing monsters and gathering. Easy to get essentially over 11 days, and you redeem some good stuff. But the Swords of Justice only come from the rare gold helmets. It's 1-to-1. Okay, you have a chance every day to win this exclusive Invincible Asura avatar frame, which is awesome, but a very small chance. It never rises above 0.88%. It's not even there. It's only in 20,000, 0.62%, 0.88%. Every day, this resets. So in order to get 32,000 points, your alliance is going to have to dump in your rare golden helmets, ration them to fill it all up at once over the course of multiple days. But a rare gold helmet is 25 points. So 32,000, 32, 1, 2, 3, divided by 25 equals 1,280 rare gold helmets is what it's going to take to fill that bar up. You got to have an active alliance or a crazy son of a gun like me who someone invested in, which is awesome, to get at least 2 days, almost, of maxing this out, thus getting a few chances to get that awesome avatar frame. There's another exclusive there via this event. Okay, never get that package. Get the event package, which gives you the most you can for a minimum of 4 triple coupons, $400. That's $1,200. Then you're doubling up 6, so $406, $1,000 skis. Yeah, to get this one, right? That's not bad. You're halfway up the cake and you have your general skin. And now you can go spend your money elsewhere. I recommend, getting this too, because that's a good buff. It's a castle decoration as well. You keep going there. Get at least this. We got a new March effect, and you got some cool generals there as well. So you might want to continue to get that. But you got your general skin skis, 2,400, 4,800. So if this 24 is 1,000, you triple coupon for, which is 300 helmets, each of them. 300 times 4 is 3, 6, 9, 12. 1,200 Swords of Justice. Halfway there, we need 1,200 more. 1,200 divided by 2, because we only have doubles, is 6. So 6 of them doubled is 600. 600 plus 400 is 1,000. You got that. But you got no more triples, so you got to double the rest of these 12s. Thus, you're having to double up on 18 more rather than just 6, because you lost 4 due to no more triple coupon. That's why it makes this one the hardest and most expensive to get. You'll complete the cake and go beyond the requirements of the cake. But towards the end of this video, I'll talk to you about what's coming as we go up that cake. We have essentially exhausted a lot of events to see if this is the time to ascend the King's Party all the way. Do you like the castle decorations available? Do you like the guarantee or lack thereof? Okay, go for it, because the packages are awesome. It's got what you want. It's got what I want. Even though the general skin isn't in the cake, I'm going to get it whilst climbing the cake. All right. All right. It's going to be cool and it's going to be fun to watch. Irregardless, not a word by the way, you could really get a good skin skis here for half of that. Yes. But there are no guarantees there beyond buying enough of the rare gold helmets. That is how that cookie crumbles. Wowzers. We didn't even look at this. 1 triple, 2 triple, 3 triple. Oh shit. Where does the 4th come from? I've talked about it many times. The 4th comes cake level 4. That's 200 bones. $200 worth of pink gems, or 200 of whatever your currency is. You get to cake level 4 and you get a Civilization Scroll Chest 2 Conquest. Awesome. You want that. It's a great deal, honestly, at $200. And you triple coupon 2 packages. Boomskis. Plus, you got another triple coupon. There's your 4th free one. Now, there are rarities and variables, if you will, in this journey. On this journey. Drink, by the way. There are variables. What do you mean, Leto? We've got to touch on this because it factors into when you spend. One of the worst things that can happen is spending up to a point where you're like, yeah, that's all I'm going to spend. But then something gets introduced and you're like, oh man, I really want that. So let's say you used a triple coupon on a $5 package because you weren't going to spend anymore, right? But now this other package came out, or opportunity came out, which you need to spend $100 on, and you either have no doubles because you used them all on $5 packages, or you got no triples left because you used them on $5 or $10. You should have saved the triple because you got 100 anyway. You missed out on a whole extra 100. You see what I mean? You've really got to determine how much you're going to spend, when you're going to spend it, for the sake of these variables. Announcement. Look at this. I know we might roll our eyes, thumbs down or whatever, but this is so important to pay attention to. It's good marketing. It benefits us as a consumer. It's how Evony gets us to consume more by giving us more back. We've got to touch on this. 217, this pink gemskis. You might be hearing about that. You might have heard about it. You might wonder what it is. A lot of times on Facebook, I see players who, there's nothing wrong with not knowing what they are. I didn't for a long time. But pink gems, what are they? What do they do? Why are they better? They are better. Now, it all depends on your comfort level when it comes to making online purchases. If you purchase directly from this game itself, it's all open source content. Thus, there's an opportunity and a chance that something bad can happen when you enter your information there. All right. Also, in doing their links elsewhere through a browser, there are risks everywhere. It's up to you, irregardless. Now, by the way, if you're online, if I'm online and I'm making any sort of digital purchase, I don't care where it is as long as it's officially licensed. Okay? So whether I do it directly from in-game or I do it from a link from in the game that is officially licensed by Evony Top Games, I'm comfortable with that. But pink gems are the way to go when you spend. Yes, you could pick this event I want some of these. Go to the package, clickety clack that, and enter your debit card, credit card information. No problem. You spent $99.99. However, if you take your $99.99 and you want to save 5% on it, boop, you go to only on PC. Only on PC. You go to the gem store, you click open the store in your browser. This is all information that you can share or show because it only has your server number, okay? And it doesn't even have your in-game ID anymore. It used to, but you put your in-game ID in on a lot of places. This is an official store, okay? Now, I'm not going to click any of those so you don't see anything, but check it out. You spent $99.99 directly through the event. But if you in the game through the gem store click that browser and spend $99.99, you're going to save 5% on all of these packages. Thus, your 100 is only 95. And over the course of so many purchases, because you're climbing the cake, you could essentially save $100. You feel me? Right? So you'd purchase this 10 times, which is 1,000. 10 times 5, 50 bucks. 10 more times, another 50 bucks. You have purchased enough pink gems to make it to the top of the cake, and you saved $100 on the way. Thus, your cake didn't cost you $2,000, it cost you $1,900. That makes a significant difference, I think, to everyone. All right? Even if I was flush with all the goodies, all right, and I had extra stuff, I would be gifting my YouTube followers and subscribers everywhere. Absolutely. But yeah, here you go. You get some pink gems. You get some pink gems. Why not? Share the wealth. That's awesome. It makes me happy. I want to see y'all happy. That's what we're doing here, growing this community and becoming better and having fun, damn it. All right? Even if I had the disposable income, I would still be fishing and hunting for these deals. I want to stretch it all because then I can pass it on to you, right? Now, this is one way to save 5%. Okay? What Evony has done now via many announcements, and whether you follow their Facebook page and or Discord, I highly recommend it, but you don't have to. You go and follow these announcements. Okay, maybe save them. I always like them because they highlight and you get stuff from Evony rather regularly because you're active. Well, as a matter of fact, look at this. Lucky player reward. We sincerely thank you for your continuous support. How did I support? I thumbs up stuff. I get on Facebook, I like their posts, and I comment from time to time. Cool. And I might, tell somebody something that has a question. That got me 20,000 gems, 100 million. So you see, just by interacting, clicking some things, shutting it down. It's up to you, but that is a way to save. It's a way to extend, stretch your dollar, and get stuff back for playing a game you love. If you go here, this is something you want to perhaps wait for. Don't load up all your pink gems yet. Why? Look at this. Carnival is now live. Exclusive rewards preview. If you purchase any amount of pink gems through the designated community page, and what they mean is the Facebook or Discord link, and participate in the community event for a chance to win summer cool-off rewards. Yeah, I live in a hot, humid place. I'll cool off with some free stuffs. Free. Okay? Any amount of gems gets you some of these things. It looks like through the designated community page and participate in the community event for a chance, or the chance. So this is a chance to win. $5, boom. You have a chance to win. Okay? You can save 50 cents on that through this link, but look what Facebook and Evony has done now. Benefit 2, if you purchase a total of 10,000 pink gems, which equates to one of the ultimate packages, $99.99, or the highest value package depending on the currency you spend, you will instantly unlock deluxe milestone bonus items. We're climbing the cake, right? we need to add some gems to our stash. Maybe you wait to purchase those pink gems for something like this. I'm going to have to do that later on this week. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything work out. So far, we're on track. Things are tough, you know? Click that Facebook link. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, you hate Facebook, but it can really amount to something. Now until July 20th. So today, the next day after that, for 4 days essentially, you purchase these pink gems, not from that in-game browser that I showed you. Okay, that will save you 5%. That's still cool too. But it won't enter you into this event and get you more stuff. More. You save $5, but can you get $5? Evony's good at marketing. They want you to invest. That's the word I'm going to use. So they make it enticing and lucrative. Yeah, buy this amount. Not only will you get that cool package, we're going to give you more. More. Look, there's more. You have to, though, make your purchase through this link, which is only on FaceBizzle or Discord. You're going to have to bite the bullet if you want this and you've been opposed to Facebook and our Discord, okay? Summer cool off draw. Any purchase that you can do, 99 cents even, you're put into a draw. All right, your rewards, 20 random monarchs will get a bunch of really good stuff. Essentially, you can win this for 99 cents. And it all depends on how many people make these pink gems purchase. I have won one or two of these before. It's pretty cool. All right, for 99 cents or $5. It was awesome. All right, but if you make a mid-year purchase milestone, you're guaranteed. We're going to have to add 10,000 or more to this to climb the cake. So, ooh, the link is going to give me a 5% bonus pink gems. So I'm not saving 5%. I'm getting an extra 5% on top. I've spent $99.99 and gotten another $4.99 on top of it. I like that. So in buying these pink gems, all right, to the amount that we need, we didn't save. We saved technically by getting an extra 100 on top of our total gem required amount to climb the cake. Makes sense? Plus, with this event, when the event ends, qualifying monarchs will receive this premium bonus super safe resource, 500 million tactical compendium, military treatises, glory golden. Holy moly! This is essentially here a 50 to 75. This is a very, very valuable $100 package on top of the 100 that you pink gems that you bought, on top of the extra $5 that you got on top of that, on top of gem purchase event, on top of weekend purchase event, on top of limited time promotion, on top of a couple of other events that you know about and are familiar with, right? Yeah. After the events end, you will get this. You will. Now, let's take a look at this. See, I like it, and I leave a comment, and I'm like, hey, thank you. No, it's actually pretty cool. If you clickety-clack that, there are some directions. All right. Here are the pink gems. You click that, it pulls up this stuff. I am Leto the Second. I get this much, and I earn extra 500 on top of it. So I actually earn more than $4.99. I get a flat 5. Okay. On top of that, that's $105 worth of pink gems. Pink gems equate to a dollar amount or currency amount, 1 to 1. 9,999 pink gems equals $99.99 in US currency. Okay? And then when you go to a package to make a purchase, it will pull up not a credit or debit card ask. It will pull up, be very careful. Oh, I don't want to do that. When you select these, it will pull up another option that says, do you want to use this many pink gems? Yes. You say yes, of course, because That's the currency you use now, and your balance is going to be in your gem store. Okay? That's what pink gems are. That's what makes them so valuable. That's what makes waiting sometimes to see what's going on with these events and what's going to come out that's new. This is important. How to participate, make a purchase of any amount through that link, designated link. Take a screenshot showing the successful order. Then you are going to have to redact any of your sensitive information. Of course, we don't want anyone to have that. So here's another thing that you might not be comfortable with, even though you can redact it. You're gonna blacklist it. You might not like that. I understand, and you post it in the comments below along with your game ID. Okay, boom, here we go. Let's take a look at this. Thank you, Nani Palmer. Shout out to you for giving us an example. Payment complete, order summary, the order ID there. I don't think that's payment. All right, you can make these purchases via your mobile phone. Saving 5% is only on PC. However, this Facebook thing is good mobile and on the PC. So if you're, not comfortable putting it on your PC, you can do this on your phone. Boom. Here, Nani Palmer did it. Bought the required amount, joined it. All right, gonna have to spend one more dollar. All right, or cent, another $5 at least to get that 10,000 mark, which gets you the guaranteed whatevers, and then put their game ID in there. That's what you do, and then you will get this stuff. The designated event page. That's the link to purchase. This is the page. You can still purchase there, but here are the, you have to verify your email address and ID every time you do this. And there is a limited daily amount. It's frustrating, but sometimes there are errors, and they'll only send a verification code to your email a certain number of times per day. There's nothing they can do to reset it, no matter how long you're on the helpline with them. Sounds like I've got experience, huh? Check in. 0 out of 7. Day 1 reward. Day 2 reward. Day 3, 5, 6, 7. I don't understand this here. That's a lot of big purchases each day to get some extra stuff if you want. Here you can. Here's more that they're going to give you. But it's a login question. Normal login. Login for 3 consecutive days to claim the day 3 grand reward. Login for 7 consecutive days to get the 7. Missed login. Miss any day interrupts any day interrupts your consecutive login progress. After a missed login, you can only claim that day's basic rewards, namely the first 2. Missed logins cannot be made up. Blah, blah, blah. Missed login, day 3, day 4. So they're talking about streaks. What does it mean to log in? 339042587. If you want to send more pink gems my way, that's my ID. You can pull it up and give it to me. Boom! I am going to do this because I figured it out. However, I am not going to do this to where you can see. Unless you're very savvy when it comes to, I'm not going to give you any ideas, damn it. But this is something that you will not see. All right, not see. But for an no, crap. This is good for us to look at. Oh, that's what I thought it was. No, is it not? Sorry, you're gonna have to bear with me. Ah, here we go. Where is it? Damn it. I have a lot of tabs here. Fart nuggets. And now that I did it incorrectly, I've got to go about a longer way. Geez. And now I forgot. Come on. All right. I did it. Hooray. We can see what it looks like. I've logged in. All it required me to do was click the lock. It sends me an email verification, which your email is associated with your account anyways. This is nothing to do with Facebook essentially, but here's some daily rewards. I'll claim it. Now I've got to do this every day for the next 5. This isn't about spending on here. It's just about logging in, but it's only via this Facebook link. More stuff on top of the stuff that you're already going to get, stretching your dollar, getting more return on your investment. These deals, specials happen all the time. You can only find out via their social medias and reading and paying attention to those, announcements that they send you. Okay? I don't necessarily care about this stuff. Yay, I don't need to look at it, but I'm going to like it and say, yeah, here I am. This is where we get our gift codes. Here's a new one, HT47B F35. Okay, copy that, and then paste it into your redeem. Shobloips. You've gotten a free gift. There's usually one every weekend, right? All of this stuff. There's good information. That's where you get the deals. This is why you do Pink Gem. You get more money on top of what you're spending already, and it enters you into these essentially wild cards. All right? Wild cards, these variables. I had no idea that this was going to be a thing. But look, thank you for participating in the official. Don't forget to check the official website. They gave me more. Oh, that was the stuff that I got. I claimed it. It sent it to my event inbox. Shobloips. There we go. That's how you do it. I'm so glad we did this together and we figured it out. That's awesome. Not only do you get good information about events and updates and so on and so forth, but you have exclusive access to great deals that are easy and they're free. I highly encourage you, I beseech you, I implore you to not glance over these, but perhaps read a little bit more in depth to see what is just out there for the taking. For the taking. Oh my gosh, my friends, by the way, we have had these celebration squads for the 3rd consecutive event now. Have you went and visited them and partied with them? Check out. They've got something extra now. Boom! Not only do they give you these, special celebration baggies, they have soul crystals with them now, dog. That's awesome. That's awesome. In my humble opinion, you go and you visit. I like the level 1s. Why? Because those guys, gals, peoples have Monarch XP in them, potentially. Okay, let's look at what I just got there. Boom, 4 soul crystals. The level 4 gives you 10, a level 3 gives you 8, and I think the level 2 gives you 4 or 6. I don't know. Soul crystals. Holy cow, you can stock up on a ton of soul crystals if someone's out there accidentally hitting a barbarian fortress or something like that. You know what? These guys are easy peasy lemon squeezy, but when in the Landsrad do as the Landsradians do. I'm going to go ahead and smite you just for the sake of bringing more stuff in. All right. Good flash. They have new flash sales and stuff. They're actually better. They're improved. Okay, boom. We looked at that. Voyage of Civ. This could be something that you spend everything on, but it's always available. Why do you want to? Because these things matter as far as the decorations go. I am now at 35 out of 40. I'm going to get a monstrous debuff here with some more coins. All right, and I am almost to my 5,000 ideal land points, which is going to allow me to upgrade my ideal land to level 5 and be a fame quest and give me a massive construction buff and all troops attack, defense, and HP buff. I love it. I love it. But it takes time, and I should do that in a separate video. Okay? Is there anything exclusive here? We have spent all this money, or we plan to. We have benefited from the daily things because we're timing everything the way we want to. We are investing in the one particular event to get the most out of the cake and the decoration or general skin. And we have the war medal. You are going to complete the war medal if you climb the cake. Okay? It's going to not tell you what you need to spend here, but it's well below what the cake requires. Okay, well below. So if you're going to climb the cake, you're going to complete this if you do all the tasks. They're pretty easy. All of them just require donating and, this and that. A little bit of refining here, but there is some PvP. You have to attack a total of 8, I think, level whatever keeps, and you could do that on a dead keep, but this is pretty easy to get. All right, and here's more return on your investment. 10 million, 10 million, 18 million, 1 billion, 800 million resources right there. You move on to the elite 35 24. All right, oh, 160 million this time, another 800. So we got 800 plus 3, 11 plus 15, that's 26. 2 billion 600 million super resource chests from completing this. 2 billion 600 million. On top of that, because you're climbing the cake, baby, and then 600 civilization treasure boxes. That you're going to get that return on your investment, right? Arctic barbs, gather troops, nothing else here. All right. Whew. We're not going to talk about that. It don't matter. All right. You can get 10 of these champion tokens a day. It takes 200. I got my 10 today. In 7 days, I'm going to have another 200 in which I can purchase these La Mancha armor fragments and get the last of the champions from this list. And that's going to be cool. This happens once every 4 or 5 months or whatever. And here we are again. Go get that champion. All right. That's not one you have to really worry about spending anything in. Maybe, because it's all a gamble. But save them, I recommend, and go from there. General Vault. Here is a non-coupon event that is extremely valuable. Talked about it a little bit in the last video, but here we are at the beginning of these 28 days. It looks like it's going to be a monthly thing. $19.99. Super easy, satisfies the gem purchase event, doesn't take up one of your coupons. You got an extra 20 laying around that you can spend on top of what you're going to do to get to the top of the cake, and you're going to get a whole lot of stuff. Whole lot of, oh my goodness. It'd be cool to double this one. Exclusive ascension fragments, yada, yada, yada. Supremacy scroll fragment. Conquest scroll fragment. Conquest scroll fragment. Conquest scroll fragment. You're getting a ton from this. 360,000% rate on your return on your investment. Totally worth it. That can help you get the gem purchase event, get the limited time promotion, continually add to the war medal, all right? And not gobble up one of your coupons. That's one way. There is a lot of value in non-coupon events. General Vault is one. The Wishful Windfall is one. Okay? Both of those will satisfy a daily. All right. Let's see here. Do not do that one. Do not do that one. I'm not going to go to those. These are non-coupon events. You could go for this $20 skis. All right? It got good stuff in there. Okay? And the premium, which is not quite the legendary. What does it have in there? It is the legendary. You are going to get Nordic Barbarian King fragments, potentially. Okay? So there is one that you could do on a daily for the gem purchase event without gobbling up a coupon. If you wanted to, you wanted to. Okay? Here's one. If you really, it's the super feeding event. That's going to help Dragon Feeding Pack. Never used it. Don't want to look into it right now. Highly recommend you stay away from the affection package. Okay? Only 80,000% return. You can get more ruby necklaces from the event packages, plus more rare golden helmets, all that jazz skis. Okay? When you triple coupon a $100 for the event, you get 30 ruby necklaces if you want to pick from the chest, thus you can get 90. Yeah, that's only 10 more than this. If you triple this, 8 times 3, 16, 240, that's a lot, but you can get more from the event package, plus picking something in Sulis's. You can only do this 5 times. I don't recommend it, but you do you. I support you. Here is one. These are the events that have a little bit to offer. Might be what you want, but you can get almost as much, maybe more, in these other event packages that go towards castle decoration, general skin, or march effect. All right, these are just standalones, which have great value and use. But if you spend here, spend there, you've spread out your money, you don't have enough perhaps to guarantee these extremely valuable rewards in the long run. You're going to get these and you're going to be like, yeah, and you're going to use them, boom, gone. Castle decoration, March effect, those buffs forever skis. I believe, in my humble opinion, it's best to dedicate your spendage on a particular event that has exclusive things. Tomb Expedition, we talked about the exclusivity there, but that is potentially extremely expensive, no guarantee. Successive benefits. This is huge and helpful and extremely valuable as far as the gem purchase event in the first 7 days, satisfying that without using coupons. You don't need to use coupons with these. They're so valuable. Plus, you have a 15% chance to land yourself a officer general chest. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, solely valuable. Here, these are great. Yay, yay, yay. Good return on your investment. And they're actually giving you information like that. It's a little annoying right now. All right, but these are large amounts of money spent on something that's taking away from your guaranteed super, super rare, expensive, and must have stuff. Must have stuff when it comes to um, whatchamacallit, climbing the cake and getting a skin or a decoration. I'm going to say it again. Junior Awakening chest. There is cool stuff in here that I've never seen before, and I never will, because no matter what's going on, I'll never just want that. I rarely do. Covenant Stone and Comet Fall, kind of the only ones. Boom! Sulis's Treasure. You will easily knock this one out of the park in climbing the cake. Thus, all those things we talked about as far as return on your investment, boom, 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 at daily times, all right? Intervals, then on whatever, however much on each day, okay? You're going to satisfy this. You're going to get the coins. It's going to spin skis. You're not going to worry about what you get because you picked everything you want. I pretty much always pick this, except sometimes instead of rune stones, I'll do refining stones, all right? And you're going to get all of it. So don't worry about it. You just won't get it until other days because you're waiting to spend. Check it out. They have given us information, though, now that I don't think was here before. You have percentages of what you'll get. You pick 2 supreme treasures, 3 rare treasures, and 2 luxury treasures. Okay? When you finalize this, you're going to have a higher percentage of getting a rare treasure. Rare treasures for me, I believe, was these 2 were supreme, and then the 3 rares were Blood of Ares, Tactic Scrolls, and Rune Stones. But there are also refining stones in there and some other stuff, and then these other not supreme but legendary, whatever the fuck they're called. Let's see here. Uh, luxury, a bunch of speed ups. These are extremely helpful, higher levels. 8-hour speed up on 7.2 billion super resources. 7.2 billion, and we made 2 point something billion in the war medal. Oh, yeah, give it to me. Plus the limited time promotion. Oh my goodness. Plus the the gem purchase event. Oh, my mind is blowing. All of this stuff coming back. Then when you satisfy this, which is going to cost you a total of 125,000 total gems, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 total $100 packages, because each one is 25,000, right? 5 times 25 is 125. Once you hit the 500 skis, which is a quarter of the way to the top of the cake, you'll get all your coins, you'll win all this stuff, and you'll unlock Sulis's Treasure. Look at all this that you're getting back. This stuff is impossible to not get. Impossible. Unless you don't go on here and use your coins. The coins will disappear from your inventory at the end of the event. You have to go in here and use them. I don't know, and hopefully you haven't left those coins in there to rot, because you have missed out on some of the biggest return on your investments. I mean, this is how I have progressed in this game. And what is it? Just the minimum amount from time to time. Minimum amount. Let's see here. That's $10. And this is let's see, 10 and 25, 20 to 3,000. This is what, $60? Okay. Yeah, sure. I got $60. It's fun. Boom, two of those. It's awesome. Okay. Sulis' Treasure, World Civ Pack, regular, all that card helps. That's fodder to help composition tickets. Oh my gosh. Crystals, treatises, merit jades, glory. Oh my gosh. Oh, another 1.5 billion super. We've scored over 10 billion super resources on this journey. Everybody drink. I just did. The meteoric stones are so valuable. This is one of the largest chunks of jades and twigs and berries out of any package ever, even when double or tripling it. This is so thank you. This is such an awesome thing. Don't forget about it. You'll have the coins in there, but you got to go in there to use it. It should give you a red dot saying, hey, use me, use me. All right, but don't take any chances. Get in there and take care of it. This is one of the first times I've seen this, I believe, flexible specialty. It is cool. It is awesome. But look at the percentages. It's one of the ways to get these outside of really, fucking Grace of Star Trail. All right. And you can triple these and get a better chance, but you're taking money away from decorations and generals. Okay. Commit to one if you're wanting to minimize and capitalize on your set budget. All right. Stay away from this. 80,000, boo, we want everything above 92. I want everything above 92. I'll take 90 every now and then. I'll take 86, very rarely, but 80,000, get out of town. Two every day. Why? And you use coupons on that. Sorry, I'm spitting. You're going to get more out of $20 from the event package. Excuse me. Plus, see, yeah, it's $20, but you can get a $20 event package. I'm not going to go there. I'm sorry. We've seen it. Go look at it. You can do it. We got to keep going. Sorry, hold on. That was disgusting. I'm so sorry. That's going to be loud and clear. Hoo-wee. Here is one of the things that's tough. But depending on your luck or guarantee with a decoration or March effect in a different event, because you're not getting the skin, or you wanted the Lorenzo skin and you still got 1,000 to play with, this is what you want to do. Every quarter or so, every 3 months perhaps, we will get the Wheel of Dragon War. Right? This is the only way to unlock 4 of the other dragons in your pasture. Okay? If you get Jalzar with your Fafnir and Celtic Demon, you will unlock a Fame quest. All right, eventually. However, these other dragons potentially are better at first. You can get extremely lucky. 0.16% chance, all right, of getting that. With the free ones, you get a free spin every day. But more than likely, you're going to have to throw down on these dragon soul leaves. And it's going to take you a minimum of 3 triple couponed large packages. See this 86,000%? Here's one of the exceptions as far as going below a 90,000% return on your investment. Why? It's the only way to get that dragon. The only way. And you can guarantee it though. You can get lucky before, and you've seen me get lucky. But to guarantee yourself one, at the least amount, you triple this to get 900 Dragon Soul Leaves. 900 Dragon Soul Leaves gets you 90 spins, because 100 of the Soul Leaves is 10 spins. One triple couponed $100 package gets you 90 spins. Okay? How many spins do you need to guarantee yourself one of these? You're guaranteed the first limited reward, which is 5,000 gems times 30. Yay, a bunch of gems plus whatever items you got in the wheel, okay? 80 times. Triple couponing that 100 will guarantee you this first limited reward. We want the second limited reward. Yes. The limited dragon pattern chest. 300 times. Triple coupon once for 90. Ugh. Triple coupon twice for 180. Ugh. Triple coupon thrice for 270. We're 30 short of the guarantee, and we had to throw down 3 triple skis. All right? 300 into our climb on the cake, but we've only done that 1,000, but we use triple coupons there. This is where you have to get really, you got to really want and know what you want, because you're running out of triple coupons. And in order to guarantee this with triple coupons, you had to use 3. You're 30 spins away. You either do another one of these, which gets you the 30 spins, okay? And you double it just for shits to get 30 more beyond it. Or you triple it because you have 4, and then you could potentially win more rewards, but you can only win 1 dragon pattern chest. You can't win multiple. Okay? Once it's gone, it's gone. Or you use some double coupons, all right? And you get this package. How many times? We spent 300. We need 30 more spins. We need to get this 10 more times. And that's going to require $50 doubled. 5 $10 packages doubled. The minimum is 3 triple coupons, 5 doubles, 350 bucks. Minimum to guarantee the dragon pattern chest. You could get lucky to get it all without having to spend more than that first triple 100, because you got a 0.16% chance. Okay? But you're looking at a bare minimum using a ton of coupons. Okay? 3 triples, 5 doubles for 350, or 4 triples and chances to win more and more stuff. It's worth it, especially if that's your budget. I've got 400 to spend. I would guarantee myself a dragon. It's the most valuable thing outside of decorations and skins here. Perhaps even more valuable, honestly. Only way to get it. Okay? But now you know the minimum cost, thus budgeting and setting aside this amount with whatever coupons you have to get your dragon and then move on to the next exclusive reward. There have been times where this dragon has been, the Wheel of Dragon War has been available with a castle decoration on the cake. Oh, it's happened before. Alas, this is not one of those times. So maybe you wait to climb the cake until this Wheel of Dragon War goes with it. Then you don't have to be so exclusive. That's another video. Capitalize on the Dragon War if you are spreading out your spending, all right? But know the minimum. Super feeding, that's something, that's something, that's something, that's something. We are back to the King's Party to kind of come full circle here, okay? Boom. Save your coupons. We've talked about that ad nauseum, if you will, for specific items, events to make it the most cost-effective and best return on your investment. The time of day. I recommend the first hour out of every 4-hour interval. Okay? The amount per day, especially pertaining to the gems purchase event and the weekend purchase event. Okay? Considering the 8th and 9th day are your days to really throw down a lot to have a chance at getting either an epic city key, all right, outside of the bidding, and a cultural or famous historic city. All right? And then also, what packages or events you're exclusively spending in based on the exclusive item, how valuable it is, how much it's going to benefit you, how much you want it. Because essentially a decoration, castle decoration, and a general skin make the cake worth it. I would say maybe even a dragon too. Even though they're less expensive, they are so valuable and helpful. A dragon too. All right? Cool. Non-coupon events help out tremendously during the gem purchase event. I've talked about those. There are deals everywhere. Okay? Things that you can't coupon. Usually stuff that you've got to, climb or has like daily things. We've seen them. Not going to talk about them anymore. All right? Number 9, there's nothing there. What I want to really emphasize as we wrap this all up. Holy cow, it's been a journey. Hasn't it? Hope I don't get in trouble for drinking that on there and be on camera for a second. I'm no product placement. I'm not sponsored. Anything like that. It's just thirsty. It tastes good. Uh, and that's the way the cookie. Okay. So, yeah, that just goes there. Let's take a look in a book at the King's Party. Strongly consider, regardless is the word, of what events are going out there and what exclusive things and rare things are out there. Consider, is this the cake you want to climb? Not because there is not because there is not. That's not technically a double negative. A castle decoration or general skin at the top, but because of what other items are offered or available. Things change on certain levels of the cake. We want all this. We want all this. We want all this. All of this, always the same. We want all of it no matter what. Okay, I'm not going to go help. Sorry, I got to resist. All of this, we want it no matter what. All of this, we want it no matter what. It stays the same. All of this, we want it no matter what. It stays the same. Here's where it changes. And I highly recommend, in my humble opinion, you be careful and evaluate. This is not the time to go to the cake. Why? There could be items that you already have at certain levels of the cake. That can make a significant it can be a significant detriment to your overall return on your investment. I don't know how I'm doing that. I just got to move a little bit. What are you talking about, Leto? This. Showbloips. Officer equipment scroll chests. This changes. This is interior. Then there's scholarship. Then there's defense. Then there's military. Then there is enigma. Then there are so many different kinds of officer equipment scroll chests. And only certain things are available within each one. Interior has 2 of the items for the keep, the hospital, the academy, Archer Tower, and Holy Palace. Okay, take a look at this real quick. Oh shit. Yes, those flash sales that I was talking about. Boom. Hear this Prime Master. This is new, by the way. This Prime Master Craftsman. Click on that. You have a 1.67% chance to get this officer equipment scroll chest interior. What does it have? Console staff and toga. All right, it's got the same thing as the chest on the cake. All right, or it's got military. Shubloips. Military is the staff or robe for your barracks. Barracks, archer camp, stables, in fact, workshop. Okay, see how the military is different? And it's 2 of the 6 items. Where are the other 4? That is a different rabbit hole. Those things are only available at certain times in certain events. Sometimes I don't even know where to find them. This robe and staff, they will always be available together in this military shenanigans. The interior will always be the staff and robe. Okay, it's a toga, but it's a robe and staff for the interior. When in the lands, Master Craftsman here. Scholarship. Scholarship only has hospital and academy, but it's not staff and robe. Oh my gosh, it's the ring of power. And the boots. Look at the basic attributes. They're very important. Do you want this? This is a good one. All right. Your source of life goes further and sees machine HP, super helpful. The boots are great too. Healing speed, all right, cool. Ground troop HP, super awesome. Okay, academy though, subordinate city training speed, that's actually a really good buff. Honestly, in my humble opinion, siege machine attack, I like it. I like that one. What about the boots? Research speed and ground troop attack, that one's really good. Some of these, to me, are not valuable at all unless you have everything maximized because you can refine these. Not going to go down that road. It's crazy. But consider what you have potentially, perhaps, and is there a danger, if you will, of getting another one of those items you don't need because it changes and you never know what it's going to be. This is available through these craftsman packs. We took a look at this ding dang one. It's got the Enigma. What is that? Oh, schnoikies. The Enigma has all of the things that we were looking at except for the Holy Palace. And it's got the ring, it's got the boots, it's got the tunic, and it's got the crown. The crown wasn't available in all these other ones, but the Enigma has the crown. So we have the potential to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 6 items out of here. And I don't even know where else we're going to look at to get this last 6 out of 6 buff. But these things could potentially be repeats. All right? They could be things you already have, or in some rare cases, you just don't want. That happens. All right? You know what? Check this out. This is crazy. Not Hypnos. Grace of Star. Take a look at this. This is a new edition a while ago now, but boom, you got a scholarship one here too. This, though, doesn't have the ring and boots. It's got the crown and the leg armor. Crown and leg armor here, ring and boots there, staff and toga in another one. It's so strange how they break it up. Construction speed and subordinate city. I want these buffs. I don't really care about that one. I like this one. So I would pick the hat. Gold production. I really don't want that one. But I love mounted troop attack. Weigh your options. What's most valuable to you? Okay. The cake is going to only give you these things. It changes all the time. You never know what it's going to be. So we go to cake level 8. This is the variable. I like it a lot. And when we go through here, I have got this already, which is awesome to me. I am not going to do hospital capacity and damage siege machine capacity. Here is a very, very good example as one that I believe is totally worthless until I have everything else. And even then, I don't know. I don't know. Because I don't give one rat's patoot about either of these. I don't. I want this to be as small as possible so I don't have to spend so many gems to repair anything. I don't want to increase the capacity. I'd rather them go to the Holy Palace. Anyway, don't get me started. But I would love to complete all these buffs. That would be kick-ass. So one of these days, way down the road in 1,000 years, I might do that. Okay? I have the robe, healing speed. I already showed you that. Boom! Console staff. Yeah! Construction speed. Okay? I like that a lot. More than likely, that's what I'll be going for. All right? And I love resource production. Let's take a look at the toga. Crafting speed, gold levy, okay. But eventually, I will want to complete buffs here. I have the leg armor, or the tunic as it's called, on Hera right now. So when I use the staff, I'm going to get a defending troops attack buff of 8%. Plus, these numbers will increase when you increase its star level, and you can refine it to get refined attributes. It's awesome. Okay? We looked at that. Academy, research speed, gold production speed, and sub-city. God, what? You know, it's cool that they benefit the sub-city. All right, shitty city, shitty city. But I wish it was something else that benefited my troops, you know, in the keep or something. That was the staff. Here's the robe. Resources gained from relics. I'm not a big relic guy, so that's something that's way down my list. I do like subordinate city training speed. I'm a little kind of weird about why they did this with Academy. Come on, do more stuff associated with research, baby. But you get some troop buffs, irregardless. Not a word, by the way. Archer Tower staff. Archer Tower attack and city troop. Yeah. Yeah. This is awesome. And if you get 2 pieces eventually, that's huge. That is awesome. Archer Tower, I like it. If I didn't have 2 pieces here, I'd probably still do this one because of construction speed. But this is really good. Archer Tower officer reinforcement. Yeah, like I said, that's a unique situation depending on the size of your alliance. Blah blah blah. In city troop defense though, zang, really good. in my humble opinion. Here's where I'm like, fuck. All right. Never know. Holy Palace, it's a useful and necessary thing, and you can get a badass officer in there, but is the gear good? What's the staff? Resource consumption of reviving troops. That is helpful, but how often are you reviving with soul crystals? You should have as many as you can to be prepared for that rainy day. It might happen. Deserter capacity? I don't care because I have enough soul crystals. But I don't want to say I don't need it because that would be hubris, and you never know. I might need it. I might need more deserters because those horns of recalling are essentially easier to get than soul crystals. Potentially. But I don't want this at all. Okay? It's not benefiting me immediately and all the time. It's very niche. But what about the officer's robe? Shovellites. Did I just look at that? Resource capacity, reinforcement, Holy Palace deserter capacity. No, neither of those. I don't like any of them. That's cock-a-doodle for both of those. And look, there is no set buff bonus. I don't know why. I don't know why these don't have set buff bonuses. But let's take a look here. Set buff bonus, set attributes. Set attributes. Okay, I go on set attributes. Look at the Holy Palace. No set attributes. Is that a glitch? I don't know. I don't know, but I'm damn sure not getting that. I'm definitely getting the console staff. It's gonna be awesome. Okay? But take a look at what's at the top of the cake. Here's really where the rubber meets the road. I don't know. That's probably not the right thing. I've been like super serial. Like I haven't done anything silly or funny at all. And maybe I'm not funny at all. I'm just a silly goose. But like I am so passionate about these deals and getting the most out of all of this stuff. Like super, super passionate. All right. This is a great officer equipment scroll chest. It changes. Look at what's in there. It is the military sometimes where it's either the staff or armor for one of your barracks. Those are awesome. Some of them not so awesome. We've seen in the other stuff, but that might be something you stay away from because this here, $1,200. Cake level 8, 1,200. That's what it takes to get there. And once you reach level 8, you unlock a brand new event. Not the King's Party where there's a cake. It's the King's Champagne Extravaganza. I forget what it's called. Some of you might not even know about or have never seen it. It's a rarity because that's how much it costs to get there. A champagne tower becomes something that you consume or climb. Champagne tower. And wait till you see the rewards and the requirements to climb that. Whoo! Talk about shableeping the shabloits. I'm excited for y'all to be there with me to experience that when it unlocks and to see all of these things start to pop up and to look to see at what we have access to depending on your budget. It's insane. It's really cool. It's going to be awesome. We get to level 9. It will always be this stuff and 20 of the most recent card packs, from whatever set. And it's a rare, okay? Maybe once or twice betwixt other events, we'll get regular world civilization here. Maybe. I can't quite remember, but it'll always be 20 of the rares. Okay? Extremely helpful. All right? But that's a lot. And now we're at the top where we put the cherry and all that jazz and stuff. All right? Yes, of course, we're getting the Supremacy Scroll Chest 2. Okay? All right? And you have spent wherever, either gotten yourself a dragon, a castle decoration, or a general skin. You've got lots of options there. You made it to the top. You got your scroll chest. You're going to get one random piece of officer equipment. and you never know what it's going to be. It's a crapshoot, you know, crapshoot. You just roll the dice, boom. You see, it's a different one every time. If it was the Holy Palace staff like we saw, I would be pissed. Really pissed. I'd be like, God. All of the things that I want more and would benefit from immediately and all the time. What it's my ding dang luck that the Caesar skin, which we're going for, is happening now, and I got the shystiest piece of officer equipment in level 10. Do we have that here? Oh, Holy Palace! Dang it! But this does have something that I benefit from immediately, all the time, across the board. So I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I have seen better things here, but as far as the Holy Palace officer equipment goes, this is one of the best, if not the best that I've seen. Why? Mounted troop defense. And that number will increase as I increase its star level. I believe it will go up to 10, 1% each star, and then I should be able to refine it. You should, because you can refine all these things, and it gives specific troop type, you know, buffs usually. Okay, the reinforcement capacity. One of these days, it will really make a difference for me. But it's like a throwaway. I'm excited about this buff and the refining attributes eventually. All right, and I'll put it on Helena. She'll look really pretty, you know, with this crown. I'd say it's more of a turban. All right. Forgive me if that's you know, incorrect. I'm not trying to be culturally insensitive or anything like that, or just, you know, a blanket statement. Uh, it does not quite. Oh, I see the crown there, but it's certainly culturally specific. Anywho, I wish it was something better. All right, but I'm happy with it, irregardless. Not where, by the way. Before you were given one military strategist officer, it was just the one. But that after Hugh O'Donnell, boop, yeah, they started putting the military strategist historical chest where it's optional. You get to choose. This is awesome. This makes climbing the cake very good almost every time now, because it's not, this is the biggest worry as far as the repeat goes. If I got, you know, another Philippa, I'd be like, damn it, I wanted to add somebody else. I would be able to ascend her one level. Ooh, construction speed and troop attack, that's pretty good. But I would rather get Margaret, who I'm going to get. All right, so I have even more on top of that. More on top of that. So this is cool. That is huge. When you unlock the Champagne Tower, more of this stuff becomes available. You're going to see it's nuts. You're going to see it's nuts. It's awesome. But understand why it's important to look at the cake to see if you want to do the cake. I hope so. Maybe you don't care. Maybe you think I'm crazy. That's fine. I don't mind. I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm not saying it's the best way. But maybe it is, because I probably got, I don't know, $500 to $1,000 worth of stuff back from the timing of my spending. All right, from the return on my investment on the right packages, and because of the specific exclusive item I got by being committed to one event and one event only, potentially. Whew. That is my plan. That is my strategy. That is what I consider. That is what I look at as a whole. The King's Party determines what I'm doing as far as the events go and exclusive items. This event requires 22 freaking coupons to this package alone. Obviously, this is going to be the one I'm going to get. I'm very glad it's the glory medals. Why? Because it's attacking defense. Awesome. I have seen this sometimes where it's the goddamn leader, and that takes the spot of my Warhorn Monarch gear equipment, and I'll never take that off. It's just a waste to get those things. I'm super stoked that almost everything lined up as far as like perfect, except for that Holy Palace crown. Oh, that could be better. Damn it. But it's still got mounted troop defense. That's awesome. Okay. Reinforcement capacity is not the worst either. Anywho, I digress. This is awesome. Gonna get all the chests just by using these things. I need stones. I need certificates. Oh, I'm gonna probably get myself another subordinate city, but it's, it's gambling. You never know. I lost a subordinate city when I had 96% chance to win it. I still lost it. I was so bummed. I was really bummed. All right. Oh God. Twice. Anywho, that's going to be cool. All these items, I've been crunching some numbers to see how much I'm going to potentially get because I've got a plan to progress and get to maybe some higher levels as far as my keep and or rally spot and stuff goes. But it all depends on how much I get back and how I allocate and or redeem when it comes to these optional thingamajigs and stuff. Okay? You're going to look at my craziness there. But I'm going to really bring in a lot of stuff. It's going to be good stuff. It's the right time. Uh-huh. It would be cool if I could sync it up with this too. Alas, there is no guarantee for the Caesar skin, which I want and I need to get beyond my minimum amount that has been invested in us, our community, in me. All right? Unless someone were to shovel, another 500 gems worth my way, then we could get this, and I would probably finally get Jawser, even though I think Quelebre is better. I want to complete that fame quest. Oh my gosh, I'm digressing. Okay? Yeah, see? Yeah. Woo! I'm going to need to give my voice a rest. Duty means something that you provide. It means poop, okay? Duty means poop. I've got Charles the 12th here on my research factory. These buffs I don't necessarily care about because I never buy research stones from here. It's too damn expensive. All right. Nevertheless, having a dedicated officer there is going to really up my game, and it's going to be Margaret. I cannot wait. Margaret, my love, come here. She is going to take things over and buff me up all over. And oh, check this out. Here was one of the things that I got, I think at the cake at one particular time. And I was like, damn it, I wish it was better. I wish it was better again. All right. Let's see here. Ranged. Charles. He's got the research factory. I'm like, God, a research factory. I don't care about stones and shiz. All right. Research stone production limit. Big whoopity flippin' bloipes. 20%. I will never buy research stones from the research factory. Too expensive. Okay? I'd rather not research than get those. But I like this siege machine attack, so thanks. Plus, I've got the potential to get really excellent refinements for in rally siege action. I love that. I love it. Oh, I need to improve that one big time. And that would be cool to improve too. But can't really refine night now. Whoo-wee, I really went through it. Okay? But that's what makes these items very valuable, even though sometimes their buffs are throwaways, in my humble opinion. And another thing. There is no ding-dang. There's no ding-dangle-dings set bonus. Why? Why? There are multiple pieces to this officer equipment. Why are there not set attributes, Evony? Please update it. Fix that. Please. It just seems like for a $2,000 item or super, super rare item to get on luck alone, that they should have more to them. Come on. That can be fixed, I think. That can be updated. It can be patched. Okay? Give some set attributes, darned it, to all of the officers' equipment. All right? Synergies, okay? Only for Consul and Academy, Hospital, and the barracks. Get synergies with all of them. Dang it. I mean, come on. Synergies are basically set bonuses too. The rabbit hole goes deep. It's crazy. And it all depends on where you are with a particular item, when it's the right time for the cake. All right. As long as you plan, as long as you strategize your the timing, the days, and you pick specifically the event and what you're going for. I don't want the cultural subordinate city. I want to make sure I get all 5 days of the gem purchase event. That's awesome. Totally worth it. All right. You do you. I support you. You're amazing. I love you. Peace. No, we're not quite done yet. I know we're getting there. I want to end this on. There's some stuff I was like, no, I'm going to talk about that. I probably did. I'm always thinking of stuff that I forgot to talk about when it's all said and done. But in the end, this is what it's all about. This is what has been invested into our community, this channel, myself, where we're going, not for the purpose of glory, not for the purpose of paying to win, just the enjoyment of and privilege it is to play and sharing the experience with everybody, offering something that might never be seen or be held by many of you or some of you. All right. Um, I wish I could share more, and depending on where we go, how this channel evolves and grows and reaches even further. Um, like, comment, subscribe, share, and we'll see. And perhaps this can be a community where I can pay people back as far as, hey, you've been here, you've been committed, boom, shobloips. Here is a nice deposit of pink gemskis. All right, super cool. That's my dream. We're going to take care of one big piece of it. I don't even know what it's going to be like. I'm glad you're going to be here with me. Isn't that a little glitch there, that little thing there? But it's going to be wild to see that on here. This is monstrous as far as its elevation of my game. Okay? All right. Crazy purchase plan. We went through the agenda. We're looking good. We talked about all these big things. Thanks, Ludacris, Nutsack, Harry Nutsack, Patricio Fernandez, Jason Allen, P7W. All right, Otis, Rebel. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, it just escaped me, and I had it. Oh, Mark Little, Sweet Pain, I'm thinking about you. DMV Hero. Oh my goodness gracious, Mr. Anderson, all you, my friends, everyone. I'm thinking about you. I love you. I hope you're well. I hope you're having fun. Thanks for being here, experiencing this craziness with me. Ooh, what are these numbers? Perhaps I'll do another video today. Perhaps not. Maybe I'll save it for tomorrow. I need to charge these things. Plus, it's going to take a while to upload this. And oh my gosh, is adding chapters going to be painful. Maybe I post it and you can just watch it in its raw format, and go from there because you got time to play. It's Friday. You're going to have a couple of rumskis, or whatever you got to drink while you play, or imbibe and or eat while you play. You can throw our channel, our community on the TV or on another screen and listen and watch and play at the same time and have a good time during SVS. Good luck. Stay safe. It's going to be crazy. All right. We're going to, we have a massive challenge ahead of us. I will not be unbubbling considering I'm so close to other things as far as improvement goes. And we are just outmatched by far. Irregardless, now we're by the way, we are going to be a part of it, and there've been some pretty cool people there so far. Okay, my goodness, purchasing plan, strategery. It's the R5 Life with Leto. I'm Leto the Second. R5 of the Landsred, more deep on server 1834 in Evony, the King's Return. Turn. I forgot the Evony TKR. That's who we are. Evony TKR. I've never done that before. I don't know why. Hadouken. Well, my friends, we're fucking done. Oh, love you. Peace. We got that right.